Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. How you doing? Greetings, welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we're going to start a new city. We were going to play the one we were playing last week, but I have used it a lot in the past week for testing, mods off, mods on, different things. And it's a little broken in some places, and I think it would take too long to unbreak everything. So we're just going to start a new city, and we'll build it together. I really like this map, except that it's like this is its main highway junction, and then it goes way down there to the end. I would have preferred to have like that be where you start. I guess you could delete the highway. Good. But I really like it because it's got that island right there in the middle. Kind of a neat thing to work towards. There's this one, but a lot of rivers to cross and things. Don't know that I want to mess with that. There's Mountain Taper, which I think is the one. And I'm using that one for YouTube. So we're not going to do that. Meandering River. It's got a lot of buildable land. That's an option. That one has a ton of buildable land too. 90%. Holy crap. But it only has that small river going through it. Is this the one I'm using for YouTube? No, it's just not the one I'm using for YouTube. Desert Pass. I don't really like desert maps. And Biomes Valley. That sounds kind of interesting because it looks like it has a lot of different biomes. Maybe we'll play on that. Just for something different. Let's see what it looks like. We can always change to a different map if it turns out I don't like this one. Granted, that means exiting the game. Because with all the mods I have installed, you can't quit to main menu. Because if you do, the next city you load, and I think it's the loading mod that does it, the next city you load will have all kinds of errors, and then the game will crash. So there's no point in even trying. So take just a minute to get this loaded up here. But how's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're all well. I am tired. That's how I am. It's already been a long day. And all I've done today was do my afternoon YouTube live stream. But 2 live streams in one day is work. Working man. All these missing props. They've always been missing too. Like, I always click the install required assets, and yet I still wind up in this situation. So I don't know if these are just like dead assets that aren't there anymore, or if people aren't properly linking to everything that's required. I don't know. I'm not an asset creator. It takes a minute 15 to get into a brand new map. Come on. And just finish. Look, you're right there. Just be done. Thank you. First things first, we need to be able to see what in the world's going on. We use a preset I was using in another map. I think I like it because it does have desert out over here. So if we want to mess around with desert, we can. But we've got a nice big lake right here that we could do a lot with. We've got a river coming in there. And then this river coming in back here. I kind of like this. The only thing I dislike about it is the railroad going right smack dab to the center, but we'll just have to work around that. Otherwise, yeah, let's give it a go. We'll see what we can do. Sure? Yeah? Sound good? Let's do it. So, obviously, first things first, gotta build a road. There we go. Yeah, delete that road. Wow, the game is really loud in my headset. Like, really loud. And I just noticed I'm really loud over on the stream. Let me bump my volume down just a little bit. What happens if I get really loud? That's good. Okay, cool. If I get too quiet, let me know. I do tend to get a little bit quiet when I'm playing Cities Skylines. Because it's just such a good let's be chill game. Very simple trumpet interchange here. I will want to bring this down to 2 lanes as soon as we get highways available. It looks like it might be sitting up a little high, but whatever. So it looks like we've got some farmland out over there. We've got this big hill right here, which I think would be really cool for nature center, national park, whatever they call it. That'd be kind of cool to have, like, you know, lookout towers and stuff like that up over the water. But then down over here, you could have some piers. And even down over here, you could have some piers. Maybe not there. That's probably not the best place. But over here, you could have, like, some of the fishing piers and then have it come up. Yeah, I dig that. That's what we will work toward. But first things first, we need to get this up and running. So let's do a normal battery grid, because I'm boring. I mean, I'm not, but distance too short. You're distant. You know what? I can build whatever I want to build. There we go. Not quite in the middle on this, so let's go to here. I'm just going to make a roundabout real quick. Just a simple, easy peasy roundabout. Nothing fancy today. I don't want to build out there. I wanted to click that. Thanks. We are gonna hide that. Go here. Just make it a highway, and then out that way. That's good. Ooh, ooh. That's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Is there really that much of a slope on the land right here? It looks relatively flat. Well, if it's going to do that, then let's do a thing. First of all, let me brace up my roundabout here. Which it's not even wanting to do that. Is there really that significant of a slope here? Alright, what I want to do then is grab this node, that node, that node, that node. I just want to see if there really is just a huge, massive slope here. No, they are all at the exact same elevation. I don't know why that made a bridge. So we're going to get rid of this little bit of dirt here. I'm going to go back in to move it. We're going to bring this down, and then we will slope this where it's not so new like it is right now. There's definitely a hill right there. You can see it. But out here it's nice and flat, so I'm okay with doing some earthworks to eliminate the hill. So we will get rid of that, and that. And then before we even start building the city, we're going to fix this right here. So we're going to go there, there, and there. Cool. And smooth that out. That's still a pretty steep grade. That's a very steep grade. Oh well, we'll live with it. And then I want to do the same thing here. This probably won't be nearly as steep, but ooh, that did some things. Let's see what happens when we do this. Do the intersection there, and then it's probably going to do something similar when I go over here. Yeah, that makes that really steep now. Like, unacceptably steep, so we'll fix this. Can I click that? Thank you. And bring that back up. It's still really steep, though. Right, unselect. There you go. There and there. And that is just going to be the best we can do, I think. One little thing we can do is go in here and slope these two intersections. So at least they're not just a big flat hump there, and it makes it look a little bit better. But I don't even know what's happening here. Like, this goes down and then back up? Yeah, it does. Well, we'll fix it later. By fix it later, I mean, I'll probably forget. I don't have landscaping yet to be able to fix this. Oof. The trials and tribulations of the early game. You know. Did I just pass the road that I wanted? Yeah, I did. I went the wrong way. So we'll get this connected up. Yeah, it thinks this is underground. I want to go pretty short. Right there. Right, over here. Over here. Oh, look. Game. Oh, yeah, you can. There you go. See, I told you you could do it. And then, I don't know why I closed that, because I need to reverse this. But it really thinks this is all underground. I guess technically it probably is. What happens when I build a road here? Does it know that this is... Yeah, there it's at 0, so we're good. We're fine. So we're going to build... Yeah, stop building a bridge, please. I don't need you to be a bridge. Because this is a bridge. Let's redo our support structure here. Still want to make that a bridge, but we made this all the same elevation, did we not? Could have swore we got this all to the same elevation. It is. It is convinced that that is 1 meter below, but that's fine. Or 1 meter above, one of the two. Ooh, my line isn't where I need it to be anymore. Oh, my roundabout's still round. Oh, come on. Just whatever. I don't need one there. It's fine. It's fine. Just move on, Brandon. So... No, it's not fine. It is fine. Shush, Kiltastic. What's up, buddy? I am going to save some money. Let's start with dirt roads. We're just going to have dirt roads all throughout. Just came to talk shit. Mission accomplished, sir. So we're gonna go 300 there. Oof. And then we're gonna come off 300 here. Wait, is this even lined up anymore? It is. And then we're gonna come off 300 here. And then hopefully this will make nice 90 degrees. Yeah. And then we'll use this area for something. I don't know what yet. So this will be a collector here, so I need to keep that in mind when I build my roads. This, and this will all be collectors. So that means here I need to come out an extra space so that there's room to upgrade later. I'm a collector. Maybe. I also just realized when I flip that around, I managed to flip it right back around. Whoa, hello, jumpy game. What is up? So then, if I'm going that way, 300, so we'll go 300 again. And down R220. Oh my god, quit being jumpy. Why is it being so jumpy? Usually you don't run into these problems in the early game. And up to there. Beautiful. And then we want to come up here, and that will leave me a space to both sides. So that when this gets upgraded to... Well, that won't be upgraded to a collector, so... We just got extra space here. Which is fine. Trust me. I'm a streamer. Would I lie to you? So here is where... Okay, so there's a gap there, there's a gap there. This is where we don't need a gap. Whatever. Just have to have a gap, because I don't... I might lie. Not on purpose. I would never lie to you on purpose. It's 220. So we come down to 220 out 300. It's going to be pretty small blocks. Go ahead and get this one in. Just keeping an eye on my cash flow down here. We make sure I don't spend too much doing this, but it's just dirt roads. I shouldn't be able to bankrupt myself with dirt roads. Nope. Oof. That one goes there, yeah. Let's just double check that. Yeah, that's where that goes. And bring that out as well. We may do something different with these big squares. I don't know yet. That, as I like to say, is a problem for future Brendan. And right now, Brandon can't be bothered with it. So we'll go there, 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 and there. Beautiful. And then when you power, we'll just throw in a nasty old coal power plant. Actually, I'd really like to have that on the other side, but oh well. And then everything is a problem for future Brendan. Yep. Everything is a problem for future Brendan. That's just how I operate, you know. Place for people's poop to go, and then we're just going to use water tower. Let's get it as close to the edge of the map as we can. Run this down here, across this way, across here, and then go ding. That's such a satisfying sound. I don't know what it is about hooking up the water in this game. At that ding when you make a connection on the water pipe is just, I don't know. You feel like you've accomplished something very special. You haven't. You've managed to draw one line and make it connect to another. But you feel like you've done something special. Water pipes into the roads where they belong. Yep, it's his fault that I do that. Well, fault. I do it because he's said it so many times. He makes a good point, though. It's valid. So we will lose that square when we upgrade, so I'm just not going to put anything there. I don't know why I didn't just do these all at once. Also, I don't know why my grid isn't really lining up. Kind of peculiar. And we're going to give some space for some commercial. And then we're going to start the commercial. I kind of like to leave this open for city services. So we'll do commercial there, and then we will go ahead, and even though there's no demand for industrial right now, we will go ahead and put in a bit of industrial. And we'll start the game. And let's see how quickly the city fails. That should be fine. It should be just fine. Because we have everything we need to get started. There's something about starting a new city. Your cities keep dying. You're new to Cities Skylines. You'll go through that. It's just a thing that you gotta kind of... It's a process. You'll work through it. You'll get it. I can't stress this enough. Play the scenarios. All of them. They teach you so much about the game. Without even, like, realizing that you're being taught. 'Cause they're not, now do this because it does this in the game type things. They're not. They give you this set of conditions, some money, and you go at it, and then you work through it, and you figure out what it takes to not fail the scenario. And then you've learned from that. And then you can apply that to future cities. And, like, my cities became so much better after, like, I had the game, like, 3 years before I finally broke down and played the scenarios. And my cities just became so much better because of it. I really wish that we could see terrain heights just from the very start. I mean, I guess I could. I could make this show them to me, but whatever. So Residential demand is starting to pop back up. We still have some zone residential that is not being used. Looks like industrial demand is our biggest right now. So we'll go ahead and throw a bit more of that in there. Because, I mean, there's just this big hill here, and I would have built this different, but it looked flat. Like, I knew there was a hill here, but to me, this all looked flat. We'll just have to deal with the wonkiness, and later, if I hate it and we have lots of money, we can just destroy it all and rebuild it. It'll be the first time that I've gotten a city up to like $30 million and been like, you know, I don't really like this direction that's going. Pause, delete everything, and then spend that $20-30 million on rebuilding the city the way I want it to be, and then literally start over from a 0 population. It's kind of fun. Wind feels awfully strong today. Well, that reminds me, I need to make sure dynamic weather's on. Cool. Disasters is on, and I always leave it about there. It's not quite 25%, but it's close. I wish TMPE had just a universal thing. I get why it doesn't, but I wish it had just like, these are my default settings I want in place every time. There may be a way to do that in the settings, like the behind the scenes settings, like the INI files or whatever happens to be there. But I really like to stay in lanes, allow dedicated exit lane, allocate dedicated. Add party sentence on, yep. Yielding vehicles keep clear, blocked roundabouts, yep. Parking bans inside roundabouts, parking bans on them. Would you be able to give me a list of good mods to download later? Got a pin? No. Screenshot. Take a screenshot real quick. And then take another screenshot. If you're watching City Planner Plays, I believe he has a collection, and my mod collection is not much different than his. I think he puts a link below his videos. I need to do that, but I don't. I know Biffa does, but I don't know. I'm not knocking Biffa, but I just don't enjoy his content as much anymore. He's still a swell dude, but I just find myself not getting through an entire video of his before I'm like, we've been here, Biffa. Move It is very handy. Move It is probably the best one. So we can do garbage, healthcare, and elementary schools. So first things first, citywide garbage. That's always where I start. And I don't know if that's enough. That's enough. Okay. And then if I have enough money left over, I go schools next. And we'll put that fairly central here. And then as soon as we get, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and take the loan. That's what it's there for. I may as well take the loan and just have the city have all of its services online. And this is why I wanted to save this section here, is to put these in, but I want to back it off by one tile so that when I upgrade that road, there's nothing blocking it. Granted, we will destroy a lot of businesses and things, and even some homes possibly when we do our upgrades, or whatever. I'm going to speed time back up. I'm going to let people just kind of chill here for a minute before I start making any changes. Just want to let it balance out, see where my budget is. And we're losing lots of money because of the services, so let's get more citizens into the city to pay taxes. Oh, that reminds me. You know, did I get that down before I clicked exit? No. I hit escape before I let go of the arrow or the mouse key. Taxes 12%, please. Just lose a bunch of money till the game says, "Hey, you're broke. Do you want a loan?" Accepting this loan will disable further achievements. That is an awfully large building for a town this young. I wish there was a better way to control what types of buildings appeared where without just downloading a bajillion assets. So they're saying they don't have enough workers. I can't check that yet, but I can go here and see that I have 588 jobs and at 420. We have 420 people employed. No can do, senor. Oh, it is. That popped up over there. That's that. That's where my games go. This has to stay empty. There's reasons. For Adobe, this has to stay empty because this is what I record to. That's not really a second hard drive. That's just a partition off of one of these somewhere. That's an old mechanical drive, so I can't put games and assets there. That's obviously a backup drive. Yeah, I have no more SATA slots. Hey, Xylith. Yeah, building theme slot I have. But yeah, I can't even bring it up right yet because we don't have access to policies. I do have the building themes mod, but what I ran into is sometimes buildings that are in a theme will also just appear in the city. Like, I had a really cool Brooklyn, like, brownstone theme going. And I really liked it for the area of the town that I put it in. But then I looked, and it was those big, blocky brownstones were appearing in my suburbs. And it just didn't look right. And I need to find out what I need to do to make an asset stay only in its theme. Like, what do I need to click to tell it not to do that? And then if I've got to click 50 assets and change that setting over and over again, I don't know. Need to figure a theme for each district. Yeah, that's where it just gets so... That's not a very elegant solution. It works. I mean, it absolutely works. And I've done that before. I've done a theme for every single one. But then managed to forget... Get, 5,000 people in an area and then realize, oh crap, I didn't want those buildings there. And put a theme and then break my demand for a while. Yeah, well, speaking of, we have a lot of demand. See, I wish there were. So I guess what I'm saying is I wish there was something more elegant than what we currently have. Believe you can configure a district to use assets that are not in any theme as well. I think so. What DLC is best for this game? Man, that's a hard one. I have always enjoyed the Industries DLC, probably the most out of them all. That may be a controversial opinion, but it's the one that I tend to enjoy the most. Give it a bit more commercial and then a lot more residential. And there's really no point in building up to there because then we upgrade that road. Yeah, it really depends on what you care about. I mean, what is it you want to do in your cities? And I know that you're new to the game. So, it may be hard to answer that question. But I don't know, maybe play in vanilla for 3 or 4 months and then be like, wow, I really wish Cities Skylines did this. and then find the DLC that does that, because I guarantee you there is one. You have Park Life, Green Cities, Campus Centers, Metro. Oh, you've got a good start then, man. I can't even remember what all the DLCs are off the top of my head. Hey, you put Campus in there. What even are all the DLCs? Yeah, I think it really comes down to personal preference of what it is you want your city to do. Oops. The map packs and things like that are cool, but not necessary. I wouldn't mess with natural disasters till you get better at the game. Because if you have a natural disaster, you've got to be able to get your city back to life pretty quick. Sunset Harbor basically added fishing. Immediately got After Dark. After Dark is a good one. What all did that one add? Other than the day-night cycle. I know it added that. It added something else. Am I just looking right at it? Yeah, I am. So, After Dark... Ah, that's what it is. Yeah, tourist, and it expanded your city services. And I believe this is the one that added, like you mentioned, biking. This is one that added, like, the bike paths and everything. The night cycle is in the free patch? Okay. So you get your leisure specialization, which is kind of cool. The tourist specialization, which is kind of cool. And you get a taxi service, and you get new cargo hubs, and the international airport, and bus terminals. So that's kind of a cool one, because you can do some transit stuff, plus you can do some specialized districts. So that one's not bad either. You've been at park, campus, and pharmacy. Have you had a city that doesn't die yet? Like, and I'm not like poking at you, but have you been able to have a city that doesn't die within a few hours of playing? Because that can be challenging for some of your players, especially if you don't have a lot of experience in city builders. So your cities that you build now, do they pretty much stay up and running when you use unlimited money? Yeah, that kind of makes it easy, doesn't it? We're going 220 there. I need to do 200 here, so this isn't going to be effective. Why is it doing the line? You keep working your city's functionality somehow? You just gave me a really good idea for a Cities Skylines series for YouTube. City postmortems. Have people send you their dead cities to figure out what went wrong. So we now have emergency services, which is fire department, and police department. And we should have enough cash. We also don't have any mini mods. You know, mods aren't really all that necessary to succeed. They're nice. They give added functionality, but I played for the longest time without mods. Like a long time. So I wanted to kind of master the game as it was. When do I get to do landscaping? Wait. Sorry, my inner Jew came out there for a minute. Do apologize. I am actually Jewish. I'm not being anti-Semitic. We have a lot of Concord Road here. So we have Concord Road coming around and is north of Concord Road and intersects Concord Road, which comes up and around and goes all the way over here, comes all the way down here, intersects itself again, and comes all the way back around. I can make jokes like that. Yeah, I can make. I'm allowed to make 2 jokes because I am one. That's how that works, right? That's how it works. Maybe not. Gotta fix that road issue. Yeah, I could. Let's do it. Let's fix it. Make the ending here. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to grab this and bring that down to here. There we go. Now, that is just Concord Hunter Way. Oh, we can't have that. We can't have that. That'll be Destin Way. Little inside joke there. And that's Empire Way. Now, Empire Way goes all the way around to there. So we'll fix that one. Can't have a rock area. Yeah, I knew you'd pick up on that. Our buddy, the non-credit Rocky, his name is Hunter, which isn't a secret, so I'm not like exposing him on the internet or anything. And I and Kiltastic go way back. And Kiltastic's name is Destin, so we just replaced him. I miss Rocket too. He never plays with us anymore, man. He's always too busy with his cars or his girl. One of the two. Hello? Did I not click that? Come here. We've got a city of 1,100 and I'm worried about road names. Priorities, am I right? Tyler Drive? No, we can't have that either. Trader Drive. There we go. Again, inside jokes, and I do apologize for making them, but... Alright, so now we just gotta get rid of Carol over here. A lot of people don't even know this functionality exists. You could do a lot with this little tool right here. I don't know how much of this is added by a mod and how much is vanilla, but you can do a whole lot with this. You can change your junctions, your routes, so the routes that people are using, and somehow even make something a priority road. I don't really know how to do that. There's a lot you can do in there, and it's pretty handy. Whoops, pretty handy. Hi, how you doing? Let me come back over here. Yeah, I can't say that I've played with mods for so long. I can't remember what's in vanilla and what's not. I really need to challenge myself to like do a vanilla build, but I really don't have the hard drive space to create another Windows account so that I can have a second Steam account that doesn't use the mods. That is not straight. There's no way that was straight. Well, that's definitely straight. Just an optical illusion. That does not look straight to me. Maybe. My brain is melting. And it's actually fine. See, it doesn't look straight, but the grid says it is. Like, the grid is perfectly happy. You know, there's load order mods tool for that. I do have that mod, I do believe. I don't know, I don't even know what that does. What does that do? I downloaded it because somebody said I needed it, but I don't even remember what it does at this point. I do have a few mods. Just a few. Probably too many. And it does. Actually, I have the absolute worst gaydar in the world, my dude. Like, the worst. I'm gonna expand. I'm waiting to hear the ding for the upgrade. I think we got like 2 buildings anyways, right? Pretty sure we do. Can't even see that yet, so I guess we don't. Yeah, I'm hearing upgrades, so things are upgrading. I'm gonna just leave it for now. Did I say land value yet? Oh my god. So much stuff that's just like would be so helpful to see in early saves. It's like, look, I've played before. I don't need you to hold this stuff back and introduce it piecemeal to me. Give me the information. I accidentally made this block too long, but well, I'm gonna live with my mistake. We'll just put walking paths in there or something. Alright, we've got plenty of room for expansion now. Yeah, I did know with your brother, but that, I don't know. Sometimes I am pretty good at it, sometimes I'm not. Like, your brother was just like, I'm like, yeah, that's a gay boy. Don't know why, I can't pinpoint anything. I just knew. Go to this folder, there's a separate program that allows you to completely exclude mods from running. Oh. Oh. I did not know that. That's good to know. I appreciate that information. I may have to look into that. Yeah, I don't know what it is about your brother, Kiltastic, but like, I don't know, like the first time I heard him say anything on your microphone, I'm just like, I wonder if Kiltastic knows his brother's gay. Never said anything, just kept it to myself. What's that all about? Hello? Can I have those, please? I would like to have those, please. Where's it? There it is. Let's see if we can. Aha! They're my tiles now. So now I can't zone on any of that. Okay. Yeah, I either have to accept zoning here on that or lose it there. I think it's this little bit of a hill here. A lot of a hill in that case. But I mean, that's... Whoop. We'll live with it. I'm all right with imperfections. I'm not gonna rebuild all that. It looks nice and straight. I mean, we've got this hill, and I wish I wouldn't have built back there now, but I did. So again, we're living with our mistakes. Yeah, I do get a little tired of just having a bunch of square buildings. I always start myself. I've always lived in gridded cities, like always. So they feel like home to me. So I build gridded cities. All right, what's our next milestone? Let's get it real quick. Which is going to give us parks. That's parks and high schools, right? Wait, do we already have high schools and I wasn't paying attention? No. 1600, it is at our next milestone. You're right, that's probably for future, Brandon. So pretty big residential. Quit jumping around. What are you doing? There we go. I had that fixed. Like it was being all smooth and it didn't jump around. And now, like the past 2 days, it's back. I mean, I say I had it fixed. I didn't do anything. I don't know what fixed it. But it wasn't doing it. Honestly, I really shouldn't have zoned there either. Sorry about your house. I mean, sorry, not sorry type thing. Yeah, you know, I was really surprised. You mentioned Cities Skylines too. I was really surprised by the announcement of the airport DLC because it had been so long since Sunset Harbor that I thought that that was our last DLC and that they were at work on the next game. Because before that, the cadence of DLCs was every 6 months. Boom, 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 boom. Plus, I thought Sunset Harbor was kind of like their little subtle way of telling us that was the sunsetting of Cities Skylines, and that they're, that's going to be it. I was wrong. Or maybe they are working on Cities Skylines too, but just needed, to keep a good interest in the game. I don't know. It's hard to say what spurred their decision making. Oh, I like airports too. I'm not knocking it, especially now that I fixed the airport lag problem. Which, by the way, if you're having a lot of lag in your builds with airports, go watch this video. 5 minutes long, 6 minutes long, 7 minutes long. It's an easy fix. You don't even need, well, you kind of need a mod for it, but basic mods. You don't need to add like any asset to the game. But it all boils down to the taxiways. If you have a lot of taxiways, they'll cause a lot of problems. 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Hey, what do you, it's one of those. I thought it was 5 minutes long. I thought it was a 5 minute long video. You don't really believe in Skylines 2. If I were them, I'd do something different but adjacent first. Well, I mean, at this point, and I don't know the answer to this question. At this point, how much is Colossal Order really involved anymore, and how much of it is just Paradox? Do we want basketball court? No, tennis court. Basketball court. Basketball court. High school. There we go. And that'll give us a nice little bit of land value there. Which, oh hey, I finally have this tool. We do have really high unemployment, so we need to deal with that. Hello? Can I? Okay. Be time back up. Why is... Did my keyboard just die or something? My keyboard's not working, guys. Like... Huh. And the lights are frozen on it. Like, they frozen a pattern. Okay, wait, the lights just all went one color. And now they're doing their pattern again, and the keyboard's back. What was that? That, I tell you what, man, I love my Razer keyboard as far as like its clickiness and everything, but their software and their drivers are garbage. And do not ever, like, I paid so much money for this mouse, I don't even know which one it is. Of course, it doesn't say. Or it might, and I'm just old and blind. Yeah, I can't read any of that. I don't know which one it is. But it's the wireless one. It's got a little charger on it. Like, a little dock that you can put it in. And for the past 2 months, that thing just won't charge it. Like, it just won't. I love the Razer keyboard, though. It's fantastic, but the software is garbage. Razer cannot make software. Not at all. Right, let's, even though it says they want a lot of residential, they're wrong. They don't know what they want. They want commercial. And I don't want a zone there. I want a zone there. That will grow in just fine. Maybe a bit more industrial. Just a skosh. What are we doing on water, power? Yeah, man. I like in this mouse, the build quality, like over here, like on the edge where my thumb rests, the rubber has completely worn through. And it's not like I sit there and scratch at it. It's just from my thumb sitting on it. That shouldn't happen. I mean, this mouse is like literally $140, $150 for the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken. That shouldn't happen. I've had it a year, maybe. The battery life is already abysmal. It used to last 3 or 4 days right after recharge. Now I'm lucky to get through a full day. I will never buy another Razer mouse again, and I'm already looking to replace this one. It's a comfortable mouse. Like, it fits perfectly in my hand. It's nice and light, which I really like. And it can be wired or wireless, which is nice. Man, it makes me wonder, like, their laptops that people are paying the Razer tax for premium. What are they really getting? Like, is there really quality there? I'm guessing no. The keyboard's fantastic, though. It's good. The LEDs are nice and bright. It makes nice clicky sound. It's easy to clean. It's never broken. The software has done that a couple times where it freezes up like it just did. So, Cities Skylines players, you sometimes just sit and stare at one of the infographics, just mesmerized by watching it change and ebb and flow. These are fascinating to me, the amount of information these communicate, just so clearly and concisely. We're getting 1 tourist per week. They're apparently going to that park and shopping there, and that's it. Nothing else. Oh, now they like both parks equally. That is the one thing that the last SimCity game got right, is it has the whitewashed. In fact, I think that's where Cities Skylines got the idea, because Cities Skylines came out after the last SimCity. Oh, I can finally see that. This is nowhere near as flat as I thought it was. Oh my, like, just eyeballing it, it looks pretty damn flat. Look at that. That's it, we're moving to the desert. Oh my, even the desert's not flat. Of course not, sand dunes. Oh well. Boop. Did I ever pay off the loan? I guess it paid itself off. Where do we want to go with the city? Like, what do we want to focus on? We've got this absolutely stunningly beautiful river flowing through here. We've got big hills out there. I do know that right here, when we get to this tile, this is where the nature reserve is going to go, is right here. Because we can build like campsites and things down here and then follow the terrain up with paths for like overlooks and such. Even put some like right on the cliff's edge. Maybe make a bridge across. So that'd be an awful big bridge. That's a pretty big river. I mean, they've got a suspension bridge across it. It's so big. It's flowing fast, though. Look at that. The Nature Reserve is Parks DLC. Yeah, it brought you City Park, Amusement Park, and the Zoo, and the Nature Reserve. As well as a couple other things, I think. Only simplified models with only proposed changes, buildings, and color and detail. That may be, I don't know. I'm not, I've never dealt with like anything like that. The closest I've ever come was when I had my own business. I had the blueprints for the unit of the area that we rented. Just so we knew where all the electrical and pipes and stuff like that were, and that was just blueprints. That's the closest I've ever come, and I didn't know how to read the blueprints. That was not something that I have the training for. We're starting to get some upgrades stuff. This is one of my favorite ones. That and the traffic view. I love watching the traffic shift as roads become busier and less busy. Or more congested and less congested. I don't know. Guess what you learned how to do today? Write your name. Doing taxes, 2 different states? Yeah, that's a fun one. That one is fun. I've done that before. So, our next goal is at 2,800. Let's get there. Let's do it. Let's add 1,000 people to the city. What policies do we have? Let's turn on Parks and Recreation. That'll give us a slight land value boost. We should see some benefits from that pretty quick. If we go in here, we should definitely see it. Maybe it might have made that a little bit better. Whoops, come back. Can't see my policies because of my microphone. There we go. And that's really all we're gonna turn on at this point. I had to do taxes in multi-state several times. I was in college, going back and forth, working summer jobs in one state, and then my regular job when I was in school in a different state. Just be able to hit soften to fix that. And then this, I don't know what I can really do about it. I don't like this. This doesn't need to... Oh, hey, look, a fire. This doesn't really need to dip down. Yeah, you just enter the numbers in the box. But I used to have to deal with it and file the multiple returns, and it just wasn't fun to have to do multiple returns. So can I just bring all that to that height and have it look okay? Nope. That is worse in every possible way. So I used the slope tool, so why did it go back down? I don't really understand that. Let's try the slope tool again. Oop. Oop. Yeah, hey, it's working better now, so whatever. Oh, I know what I did wrong earlier. I know exactly. That one's completely 0%. Well, why can't you be like your friend over there? Be nice and flat for me, huh? It's like thud. That's why. So now we can smooth this out. I love that you can terraform outside of city limits. Fantastic. I lost my mind a long time ago. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Back when I played with you every day, that's enough to make somebody go crazy. And you and your brother yell at each other in Xbox parties all the time. I'm not gonna make that any better. I don't know why I'm gonna try to. Your brother was a little prick. He was such a little asshole. He got on my nerves, and he wasn't even my brother. So let's see, that's going to be collector 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to go a couple more. I want to do something about this train, too. And to do something about it, I'm going to need that tile and that tile. I either want to make it a bridge over everything or sink it down and build bridges over it. And I think sink it down is what I want to do because I just like the look of that. I think it looks cool. Yeah, let's get those 2 tiles. Because I'm going to have to completely redo this interchange to start building over here. That or just put another interchange like down here or over here or something. But to really do anything over here, we're going to have, I think it'd be best just to redo that. So let's buy that one. And we'll buy that one next. Yeah, I don't use Move It. I use Network Multi-Tool. It has a much better slope mode in it, I think. It seems to do a much better job. I used to use Move It's. How many tiles are you able to buy? Well, if I want them all, I could get them all right now. I could just go in here. Where'd 81 tiles mod go? I didn't unsubscribe from it. 81 tiles mod should be right there at the top, and you just click that and it'll unlock the whole map. They got to be careful if you do it on an existing city. It can mess up your pipes and your subways. It'll like cause them to sink and break their connections. What? Where did 81 tiles spawn go? Whatever. Just won't mess with it. That is really odd though that it's just gone like that. When do I get my next tile then? It's just the wrong button. Find that out. At 2,800. Okay, fine. Let's get 2,800 people. How does a mod just gone? I didn't get any errors when I launched the game because ever since the Airports DLC, like if a mod has been updated and I don't have it, it'll just be like, this mod's not properly installed. And all I go do is unsubscribe, resubscribe, and done. But I didn't get anything like that. The critter unlisted? I doubt 81 tiles got unlisted. Yeah, I'd have a hard time believing that. But that's a pretty popular mod. Just vanish. I'm tempted to. We're gonna go find out. By the way, we need a name for this town. For now, we're gonna stick with what it's called. I want to go see what's up with this. All these mods, man. This game takes so long to exit to desktop. Fantastic, thank you. 6 months. I don't have the new prop energy. I think I got rid of the old like prop line tool and all of that, and upgraded to whatever the new one is. But I can't remember which one it is. I've slept since then. Literally, it was just a couple days ago, but I don't remember. It was this week that I changed it. I was trying to figure out what was causing the problem with so much lag when you built an airport. And it turns out it wasn't any of the mods. It was the DLC itself needs an update. So workshop. 21 times. How am I unsubscribed from that? I really don't know which ones I have. I guess I can find out. Where do you go to see your own stuff? Who is this by? Oh, so this one does break it? Really? Oh. Do they list it as a problem? Pretty sure I still have compatibility report mod installed. Oh, I guess not. I thought I had the. I've got something that loads. Compatible mods. So I got rid of Proprietary went to the new one. It doesn't list a problem with 81 tiles. Where did you hear that it has a problem with 81 tiles? I just used it this week, though. After I added this, I used 81 tiles on a map. And it worked fine. I just don't know how I got unsubscribed from it. We'll load into the game without going straight back into the save and take a look. Exciting. Instead of building a city, we're working on the game. That's my only complaint about using a highly modded game is the time you have to devote into managing mods. It kind of makes me wish I would have never gone down the rabbit hole of mods. I always resist on most games. I'm just like, I don't mod. It's just such a pain. And then I did it on this one, and yeah, it's even, look at that, it's automatically on. I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on and see if it throws a conflict. Oh. I know 81 tiles needs an update because it does break some things. It really does. All right, so yeah, it's enabled now. So it should be there. Not that I'm going to unlock them all yet. I'll wait and just buy them. But it does enable you to buy more tiles too. Like you can just unlock them all for free at the very beginning of the game if you want, and just have the whole map unlocked all the way to the edges, like literally all the way to the edges, the parts the game was never meant to play on. Doesn't break anything to play out there. It's just they never intended for you to see the edge of the map. Excuse me. I've been sleepy all day. And I played with my cat before the stream, so my eyes itch like crazy. But she's just so cute. I can't help myself. I'm allergic to cats and dogs, and I have had cats in Morningwood Heights, dude. I haven't played Morningwood Heights in forever. I don't even have Morningwood Heights anymore. It got to be such a big city that it just doesn't run very well anymore. Maybe we'll revisit Morningwood. I just loved that so few people picked up on the name. Very few people noticed the name. An email apparently contains its own 81 now. Really? How do you access it? It was such a good city day. Morningwood. And I was like, oh, what a lovely sounding name. I'm like, okay. It was a hidden joke. Dude, my channel name is a hidden joke in plain sight. I had somebody ask me about it. One Last Midnight, if you're familiar with him, we rated his channel a couple weeks ago. And I forget what book he was reading, and he saw the word in there, and he wasn't really sure what it meant, but it reminded him of me. He was like, you know what, I'm going to look this up. He's like, dude, that word doesn't mean a good thing. Why would you name your channel that? I'm like, it's a running joke. It's like, I don't know, man. That just seems like a bad choice for it. What am I looking for? Where is the new prop anarchy? There. So this has a thing built into it? Destroy all clouds. That just sounds mean. Oh, the extended managers. Extended managers. Control L. Wow, that helps me a lot. Select a node or segment to change markings. I'm not gonna mess with that. Let's just turn that right back off. I don't know what any of that means, so we're gonna just not break things. How does that sound? There was a lot of people in the crew that were very vainglorious, yeah. The thing is, the joke nearly didn't happen. Oh my gosh, my eyes itch so bad. I'm sure. Scratching them. That was IMT? Well, it said Control L. Yeah, I don't know what the different shortcuts are. Oh man. I love that the bot responds to that. I forgot that was even a thing. I bet we've got a lot of unemployment. No, it's not too bad. Oh, intersection marking tool. You know, I've got that. I never use it. Never. Do we have highways yet? Nope. I want to fix all this. I don't like it. I don't like that this is 3 lanes coming from 2 lanes. And I don't like that I don't have highway bits there. I don't like it. I need eye drops. This is getting to eye drop level of itch. I have some. You may do it. I hate putting eye drops in. I couldn't wear contacts. Like, I hated wearing contacts because just putting things in my eye just freaks me out, man. So we're at 2100. Get that pink eye. It's good. Let's go big. Let's do it. Let's get this city to 2800. I don't remember why I was so gung-ho about 2800, but we're doing it. I bet my garbage collection, yeah. Oh, that's not what I want. I want that. Extra tile. Yes, that's what it was. 2800. Extra tile. Beve, my eyes. Ah, my eyes. That's not going to give us 2800, is it? Bet we could use... Really? We don't need another school? I would have sworn we would have needed another school. Okay, well, whatever. So how are we doing on power and water? Good. And getting close. Oh, it's just in beta for... Okay, cool. No, it's fine. You don't have to apologize. I appreciate the information. Yeah, it's like I know pretty well how to play the game, and my cities do all right. They may not be the prettiest or most detailed or most realistic, but I can make a successful city, and I can make it as big as I want it to get. But I don't keep up with the behind-the-scenes stuff very much. So I appreciate the information. I truly do. Yeah, I'm not upgrading that till we get the cheesy roads. We're just going to drive around on dirt roads until then. And then they're like, what's this? Paved road with trees? Cities Skylines runs really good on my laptop. But then again, I have a gaming laptop. It's a i70 9 series. i7 9 series. I forget which one it is. Whatever the gaming laptop was. It's got a 2060 in it, I believe. Yeah, 2060, 16 gigs of RAM, NVMe SSD. It's a good laptop, and it stays like... It sounds like a small plane trying to take off when when you're gaming on it, but it stays nice and cool. So the fan, while it makes just an absolute racket, is doing its job. I don't know, whatever the big... Hold on, I'll tell you. I don't know if this works on Windows 11. It's not. Oof. We get the task manager in Windows 11. There we go. 9750H. So a 6-core, 12 thread. Oh, I'm not gonna let Windows 11 touch my desktop for a while. But I figured I'd put it on my laptop just to get used to it, get used to using it, so that when I did move, because I don't use my laptop, just sits there most of the day. I don't even know why I turn it on half the time. Like, I very rarely use my laptop. Sometimes if I want to have, like, a chat going in 2 different Discord channels, I'll, like, do one there and one on my main computer, because my monitor for Discord is this monitor that's over here, so that's right there by the laptop. 26. I bet we're going to get to the 2800 without me zoning anything else. We should, if especially if I like give them a park over here. Let's put in a nice size park over here. Let's give them, actually, yeah, see, that's what I thought. We're gonna need schools. So let's do our usual. Elementary school, all playground. High school should be fine. Yeah, high school's fine. There we go. I will definitely get Windows 11 for my desktop once they add direct storage to DX12. Though it's coming to Windows 10 too, but still. But I have pretty much decided that I'm going to get, for my upgrade, which is going to be here soon, because I'm selling my car on Friday. So once I pay off all my other bills and see how much money I have left over, you get airport areas at 2,800. That's one way to bankrupt the city. Once I pay off all my other bills and everything, I'm going to see what kind of money I got left. I want to set aside a good amount for down payment on a new car. And then I'm going to take the rest and upgrade my computer. But I've got about $500 now in Amazon gift cards. And, I was looking at doing a 10850 for my upgrade to save money, but it seems like those are really starting to skyrocket in price due to just availability issues. So right now, for less than $100 more, I could build a 12900 system. Oh, I do want a 12 series. I'm not even going to pretend that I don't want a 12 series, because I do. But I wasn't going to get one because of the price premium. But now that the 10850s are going up and up and up and up, and they've not shown any signs of stopping, what's the point? Let's fix this. There we go. That's better. 2 lanes to 2 lanes to 2 lanes. Perfect. But I've got like 2 comparisons put together on PC Part Picker. Saved parts list. So the 10850 right now has a price tag of $1597.82. 12900, $1693.82. Less than $100 more. This will give me 3 or 4 years before I really need to upgrade. This will give me 5 to 6, maybe even 7. Because a mid-range, like 3 years from now, upgrade would be to change the motherboard and go to DDR5. Um, and Windows 11 really does a good job at taking advantage of those big little cores that are on this. The price of this is starting to come back down. These were over $800. Whereas at Christmas, a 10850 was selling for $450, and now they're up to $600. And that's just how much they are. Like everywhere that has them listed for cheaper is out of stock. And none of these are ever indicating that they're going to go back in stock. So I think it makes sense just to go 12900 and just do it. If the price difference is only $100. And again, I've got a $500 on Amazon, so I can get my case and my RAM through Amazon and then get everything else wherever. So I'll only be spending about $1,100. Because those gift cards weren't like gift cards from people. I'm on YouTube's creator research panel, and they pay through gift cards anywhere really. I can get prepaid Visa cards if I wanted to. That's way too deep, but I want to make sure it's where I want it to be. So we're just going to build a bridge over, and then we will bring this back up. Actually, that might be about where I want it. I just like sunken railroads. I think they look cool. Basically want the wires to where they're just barely not touching the bridge. Whoops. I held that down too long. Will this still function if I'm... It does not. I was hoping it would still function if I was in the free camera. So right about there. Cool. Cool. Man, I'm just so disappointed with some of the crappy stuff Newegg has been doing. Just the very anti-consumer friendly stuff they've been doing. I used to buy everything through Newegg. I used to get so excited to see a Newegg box appear. But I just really have a hard time justifying it. It's going to break all this for a minute. I know that this... Actually, that's not that bad of a slope because this comes up over here. And it comes... Wow, it's elevated over here. Interesting. And I also missed a node. But I don't know, man. I have a hard time having any enthusiasm. I'd rather just go with Amazon, who's always been an evil corporation, than one who is just being shitty to take advantage of the market all of a sudden. I don't know. Yeah, those whole bundled deals that they do, man. Oh my god. We're just going to carry this way out, because we know we're eventually going to have a city over here. And if it doesn't need to be sunken over here, well, then we'll just bring it back. But for now, we will sink it. And who knows, maybe over here it'll be elevated. Over here it is definitely not elevated. So now what I want to do is come in with the slope tool. So I don't want this to be super unrealistic. We'll go here, we'll go from there, and we'll come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's probably a good distance. Let's see what that is. That's a 1.8% grade. I think a train would be okay with that. I don't think that's too unrealistic to expect a train to deal with. And then we'll go here to this one, or this one. Which one did I change the height of? We'll go from there. So, wait, hold on. I still have the other end selected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go to here, since that's pretty close to where we're back underground, and hit enter. And that made that even higher above the ground. That's kind of weird. So basically what I just did was improve the railroad over here. Because apparently it had one hell of a dip to stay flat on the ground. Look how much higher that is than where it was. That's huge. Like, how many meters is that? Oh my god. That's 7, 9, 11, 12, 13. 130 meters? Really? Are those all dark lines? I think they are. I'm just glad you finished. Yeah, you got in at just the right time, man. I'm not looking forward. I mean, I'm looking forward to having an upgraded PC, but I'm not looking forward to just feeling as though I can be jumping backwards. You know what I mean? Do we have Treasy Roads? No. When do we get Treasy Roads? 5,500? Outrageous. So now I can just continue building my city out this way. And the railroad's just not an issue. But it also means that I could do, like, you know, just bring the rail up, have it connect to a cargo terminal, or bring the rail up and have it connect to a passenger terminal, whatever. Yeah, you got in at exactly the right time, man. Oh, yeah, death care. We need a cemetery. I put said cemetery right there. It will be right off a collector. Not on the collector, but right here. This will be a collector coming through. Again, sorry to constantly scratch my eyes, but they really itch. Which I know I'm probably making them worse by just scratching them, but whatever. It feels better for the moment. I think we got some new policies as well, including legalizing weed. I'm all for that. Boop. Recycling makes my recycling centers work better. So, or no, it reduces tax income and, but it also reduces garbage. This makes my recycling centers work better. And then we get city planning at 5,500. I don't see a downside. It actually decreases crime. Granted, the police have to spend more money, but I do not see a downside to this policy at all. Like, my citizens are happier. Well, I mean, it doesn't say increases happiness, but let's face it, they're happier. Increased tax income, increased tourism. What, we go from 1 tourist to 2? Oh my god, we have 4 tourists now. Look at that. We're a big city. We could start thinking about maybe doing some touristy things. Just here, there. I always like to go for the Eden Project, sometimes the Space Elevator. And I want the Medical Center, and I want the Hadron Collider. I don't ever go with the fusion power plant because the damn thing catches on fire nonstop. And if it's the only power source in your town, which it should be if you've built it, because it costs so much to run it, and its whole thing is, well, it costs a lot, but it can power an entire town. But if it catches on fire, it stops working, and your whole town starts dying until the fire department gets out there and puts out the fire. So it's kind of, how did Space Elevator's so weird to you? It is pretty weird, though. All of them are weird. I mean, the Eden Project gets rid of pollution and instantly raises land value. It's a strange thing. But I like them. And I like what they do for city attractiveness. The Fountain of Life and Death. And I also try to build Lord Chirpwick's castle so that all my unique buildings are more attractive so that I can get my city attractiveness. The highest I've ever gotten city attractiveness to is 97%. And I went heavy on tourism in that map. Or city, save, whatever. So, we have buses, but I'm still over here running dirt roads. Top Secret Muffin, what is going on? How you been? Yeah, I'm just rocking the dirt roads. Just have buses just rambling. Salami and pastrami. You can keep it, my dude. I'm not a big fan of either one. I take that back. There's some salami that I like. But not much. Alright, so I just counted, but I forgot what I counted. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be the last row before we do another collector. My mom likes salami. I don't know that I've ever had pastrami. Very Italian names, though. Pastrami, salami. Makes me want to go watch The Sopranos. I'm due for another run through of The Sopranos. It's been like 2 years since I last watched them all. I love that show. The best thing ever on television. It was so good. And so many other shows that are on the air today are like doing what The Sopranos did first. Yeah, but no, it has been a minute. I've been all right. You know, just doing what I do. Try to get better at it every day. Some days are better than others. You know how it goes. So that means I can put some of my thing. You started Brooklyn Nine-Nine over again. Good show. Speaking of police shows, I really want to watch The Wire again. You guys have never seen The Wire. It has aged fairly well. Like the tech and everything in it is obviously old and all that, but as far as just a good freaking show, man. I don't have Disney Plus. I haven't seen any of the new Star Wars stuff. Like, not a bit of it. I refuse to pay for another streaming service. I get Hulu Plus for, like, every time a new season of Handmaid's Tale comes out, because I love that show. Oh my god, it's so good. And then as soon as the season, like, I wait till the season is done, get it for a month, and then cancel. Or put my subscription on pause. And I think I'm about to do a month of HBO's because I want to see the new Sopranos prequel movie. And then HBO has a couple other series that I forget what their names are, but stuff I've wanted to check out. But it was almost not a straight road. It was almost a wiggly road. And we don't want no wiggly roads. You do need to finish Breaking Bad, and then you need to go on Netflix and watch El Camino. El Camino was a nice wrap-up for Jesse's story. You know, we didn't really get that in the series. If you haven't finished it, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but we didn't get that. Breaking Bad lost you along the way. You know, the further it went, you know, because early on, early on, you know, you were kind of, despite the fact he was doing some pretty heinous shit, you were kind of like rooting for old Heisenberg. But the longer it went, the more a very smart man was doing really dumb things for the sake of creating tension in a TV show. You know, it was kind of obvious that's what was happening. I think the creators weren't really sure what to do with it at that point. I don't think they ever expected for the show to go. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. By that point, though, I was like, you know, so invested in seeing how it all played out that I just went along for the ride. I tell you though, it does have a good ending, and El Camino is really good. It's just because that's like it picks up the like from the moment we last see Jesse in the final season. It picks up right there. And then it just kind of shows where he went, what he did, and everything. It's pretty good. And, you know, deals with, you know, a lot of the stuff you were talking about, you know, that he was just bullied by Walt. You know, shows him kind of the issues that's created for him in his life. And his arc of trying to move past all of that. There, that looks a lot better without having that raised up there. Granted, gonna create a weird little slope back in the city here, but it'll be alright. I'm not gonna fix this though. This is just gonna stay a trench, as is. Mainly because I know of a town where it looks like this for a railroad. Because the is that not gonna flood? Well, if I get a tsunami, it will. I don't know if I'll get a tsunami on this map because it doesn't have ocean access. I don't think you get tsunamis on river maps. It's got a river connection down here and a river connection down here, and that's it. There's two river connections. So I don't think we're gonna get to worry about tsunamis. I don't know. Maybe a tsunami can happen on a river, but I don't think they do. But it's the trench is far enough away from my water source that it won't flood, as long as I don't do anything dumb with water, which I've been known to do. I really want to get out here and build this park, but it's going to be so far away from town that there's no point in doing it. What I'd like to do is start thinking about, when do I get trains? Ooh, 11,000. We're far away from that. I'd like to get a cargo terminal area right just tucked in here, so bring the train off like this way and down, and then a really sharp turn and down. And just have a cargo terminal down here to service all of this industry. I don't know, that'll also be a nice way to kind of not have to resolve my grid against this highway. Let's face it, that's the real reason. You know, I thought I was playing a different map. I thought this is one. Oh, this is the one with an island. Has an island. I think I'm going to do touristy things out here, which is tricky. The one thing that I wish the game had the ability to do was let you create an isolated island. And have everything go by boat. But you can't. You gotta have trash service and police and fire and health services and all that and death care. And if you try to build all that on the island, you either one, use up so much real estate that you don't have a whole lot of buildable space left, or two, it just gets confused and they'll try to dispatch something from over here and never dispatch from the island, and it just won't work. Plus, workers don't come in as efficiently as you need them to. But yeah, where I lived in Missouri, the railroad had some rickety old lines that they wanted to recommission. They had been out of commission for a long time. And the city put their foot down. It's like, you're not doing a bit of construction unless you sink those things down so that we can get more buildable land out of them. So, man, the freaking... The railroad company's like, fine, and just dug a trench, man. Just the ugliest, nastiest scar through the city that you can imagine. Which the city then hid by planting trees all around it. It was great. The barges mod does help with it quite a bit. Yeah, you can get your cargo in and out. I wonder if this map even has shipping on it. I have no ship access. I didn't think it would. I didn't think the river was deep enough. Yeah, you don't mess with the, you don't mess with railroad companies, man. Those jokers are old school. Oh, nice little waterfall right there. That's nice. That's pretty. Yeah, so I don't have any ship access on this. I didn't realize that. It's kind of unfortunate. I thought it said it did at the loading screen, so I just got rail. It's a beautiful map, though. The railroad has money, yeah. City did too. It was... there's been much criticism to be had, you know, for any government, but they had been very fiscally responsible. I don't have really high unemployment. I have really high unemployment. Holy crap, 26% of my people are unemployed. All right, let me fix that for you real quick. I've been sitting here just looking around, dicking around with railroads, and kind of let all my people not have jobs. Oops. There you go. There are many, many jobs. Go work at them. That's going to be my collector right there. So I am going to use the magic of mods just real quick to mark out where this next road goes, which is there, and then I'll delete that here in a second. Ooh, using mods. Shut up. Hello, game, can you hold an angle? What are you doing? This line is not straight, and it... like the railroad line, and it's just messing with my head. Okay, cool. So now we can delete that, change this, and let this just be the bridge as it'll naturally want to. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't usually build tunnels for rail because it's just not, like, through a mountain it makes sense, but why aren't you wanting to be elevated there? Why are you not wanting to realize that's a thing you should be doing? Your friend back here did it. Look. Did it no problem. It was like, yeah, I know I need to be a bridge. Why don't you want to be a bridge too? You know what? We're going to make you be a bridge. Yeah. Now you're a bridge. You get no say in the matter. What's happening? We've got a node conflict here. Yep. I will eventually break out of the grid, just not anytime soon. This is going to wind up being a collector. Man, what is... Nodes just didn't line up. Two there, make a bridge, go across. Back to normal. Whoop. And bridge. I'll eventually click the right button. I doubt I'm going to be able to get another one in here. Yeah, it's just awful close to that edge. As it is, this is really encroaching on the railroad a lot down here. So we'll have to have a few blocks that don't have any connection. That may be a good spot to bring the rail up and have like a passenger terminal back here. Because that's kind of where it Goes anyway. Oh, I guess we're low on power. I'm like, what the hell just happened over there with the water? It's having a freaking panic attack or something. Put that there. Just take out somebody's business. It's fine. I bet trash services. No, actually, trash services keeping up. Schooling. High school. Yep. Cool. Don't have universities yet. So, what is our next milestone? Is really 5,500. Did I know that already and just blanked that out? Because that's a bit traumatic to have to get to that much. Yeah. Oh, well, we're not that far. Never mind. We're at 4,200. I didn't realize. I thought we were still down like in the 2,000s. So, do we still have massive unemployment? It's coming down, but I think it's because people are moving out of town. Yeah, it's because people are moving out of town. It's not that the job situation is getting any better. We're just in a negative population right now. Well, it's coming back up, though, and we're still... Okay. Whatever. I'm not going to fight it. I would like to get... When do you guys start upgrading? I don't know that I'm a fan of the realistic population mod. There's a reason games don't do realistic population. It's a simulation, not a true to life simulation. It's a game simulation. I'm okay with a little bit of not realism. I love me a grand thunderstorm, lightning flashing and thunder rumbling. Oh yeah. You know something I don't know. This is clear weather. Speaking of, I've noticed that lately. No, it's still on. A lot of times the weather's setting. Gonna get a beer? Get me one too. Because if I don't drink, so you'll have to drink it for me. But get me one too. I love watching the trains go by. Should say less, yeah. Well, it looks like you don't have any. But you gotta get me one too. So where will this naturally wind up? Going back out again then. That's gonna be an at-grade crossing. Don't want that. But I don't want to sink this anymore because I like the gentle grade. So we'll either have to do a bridge or we'll have to tunnel these or sink these roads underneath the railroad track. One of the two. But that's just a nice gentle grade on the railroad line, and I don't want to mess with that at all. I want to leave it as is. So we're starting to get residential demand again. But before we give them that, just want to look at my education situation for a minute. Not the best coverage. We also don't have the best healthcare coverage out over here. So I think I would like to extend that out. Yeah, like maybe back here. And then one off, because that's going to be a collector. And that'll help property values out this direction to have better services coverage. So we'll get more population as they upgrade without doing anything. Yeah, look at them go. And it's even helping my businesses, so we're going to get more tax revenue out of this as well. There's more than one way to meet RCI demand than zoning. A lot of times just getting people to upgrade. is more than enough. That was a big chunk right there. I did leave a space there, didn't I? I could have sworn I left a space there. No, we're gonna leave a space for it. Everyone is simultaneously happy and sad. I love that when you move a building this one scare. They're just like, oh no, they got rid of the clinic. Yay, they built a clinic. It cracks me up. Park coverage isn't the best, so let's build a few more parks. Let's give them a dog park over here. Everybody loves a dog park. That'll help out in that corner. Yeah, it helped out tremendously. That gives us a few upgrades. And then back here, they don't really have anything either, so let's give them... I don't know how maybe we'll fit a park with trees. It will fit. And that has a nice big radius, too. I'd like to have that right next to the cemetery. It'd be nice to have just a nice park right next to the cemetery. But I would have to use move it to move the cemetery. Almost worth it. Or we could do it realistically. We could build a new cemetery. Wait. Why won't it let me put it there? I want it. Whatever. Fine, you don't get a new cemetery. We're going to build something else instead. We're going to do Child Healthcare Center. We're going to use a bit of what we like to call eminent domain. You have a mango wheat blue moon just for me. Thanks, man. I'm sure you'll enjoy that for me. Let's put this right there. Actually, no, let's bring it up this way. Being indecisive. Right there. And then we are going to build the elder care facility right across the street from the cemetery. Because let's face it, that just makes for a short trip. And I got a few more upgrades. Oh, I've got $750,000 just sitting in the bank. I'm just not a big fan of beer. I don't like most alcohol, but beer especially. There's very little alcohol that I actually drink, and I'm like, oh, that's good. I used to get what they're basically wine coolers. The flavored Smirnoff Ice. I just called them grown-up Kool-Aid because you can't taste or smell the alcohol. You could drink an entire 6-pack of them and not even have a buzz. I don't even know why they're alcoholic, honestly. I used to get those pretty regularly. Just because I like the green apple when they have is really good, and they have a really good what was it? I don't know. Was it watermelon? No, it wasn't watermelon. Strawberry? Maybe it was strawberry. Might have been strawberry. But they had a couple really good ones. The grape one was pretty good, but then they changed the recipe, and then it just left a really bad aftertaste. So I used to buy those all the time. And I like amaretto or whiskey mixed with Dr. Pepper. It's really good. Either one of them. It's two totally different tastes, but they're both pretty good. That's it. That's really all I do for alcohol. I've never had rum and Dr. Pepper. I don't think I've ever had rum. Well, this is going to be my collector here. Excuse me as I yawn again. So I'm gonna go to there. I'm kind of running out of room for industry. You can make drinks a lot heavier with Dr. Pepper than you can Coke. Why? Why do you think that is? I may have to bump industry out a little bit because I don't have. I'm a long way from having offices. Well, I guess I'm halfway to having offices. Why are we getting what's happening here? Oh, it's just because the traffic's so slow on dirt roads. Big sad. Oh well. Once you get 1,000 more people to move in, you can have better roads. So it's about how Dr. gets flavor as opposed to how Coke does. I don't know. Coke to me has more like of a acidic taste to it than Dr. Pepper has. Dr. Pepper's just sweet. Honestly, yeah, it's a good comparison. Excuse me. So we're definitely gonna need, even though we have capacity, we're gonna need school coverage back here. I don't really see like a good central, like that's as close as I can get to central like this direction. Put it right next to the cemetery. Kids will have nightmares. Bullies will tie people up on a tombstone. We can afford it though. Like we're making $9 grand a week, so we can afford to have a school that is here just for placement and not for capacity. We're gonna need another high school though. We'll put that one way over here. Again, we have the capacity, but we just don't have the coverage. So the last one got a basketball court, and this one get a tennis court. Ooh, can't really fit that. Gonna go across the street. They're high schoolers. They've learned to look both ways, hopefully. And if not, well then, stupid kid. I am digging the water. I wonder what the fishing industry's like here. Oh, a lot of salmon. Some anchovy out here. A little bit of shellfish. Tiny bit of tuna back there and up here. We could have a strong anchovy and salmon fishing industry. A little bit of tuna right there. Yeah, we could easily get a fishing industry going in this one. But I really want to use a lot of this for tourist stuff. That is my one major complaint with this game, is that all of the water assets sit so high off the water. And I don't have any of them available right now. But if you've played, you know what I mean. They're all like, the marina is like 20 meters above the boats. Take care, Zyla. Thanks again for hanging out, and thanks for the information on the mod that'll let me load up like different profiles. That's gonna be very helpful. Who over here was complaining to being sick? Did I get residential too close to industry somewhere? No, not the trash collector. Like the docks and the piers, the marina, the jet ski rental. All of those, man, they are like way above the water. Just realized I made an oopsie there. Well, and it's so frustrating because it just looks dumb. And like ferry terminals too, man. Like you build a ferry terminal, and the boat pulls in, and like the top, and, like you literally see the people go down to it. You know, the boat. Oh, hello, hiccups. And it's just so, like, look at that. That big boat's gonna pull in, and the top of the boat's gonna be right there. And it's so unrealistically high above the water. Gosh, hiccups. While I'm waiting on them to upgrade and move in and stuff like that, I'm gonna fix this highway. It is not following lane mathematics. 3, 1 going off means 2. Oh, you know what? Screw you outside the city limits. I should be able to do that. I thought I could do that with Anarchy. Aw. Boo! Boo! Alright, we're gonna go get a nice view of I don't know, the old people home. We'll get a nice view of the cemetery here. There we go. With the industry in the background, which looks really gross because it's up on a hill, but what are you gonna do? That's what you get to look at in this city. We'll eventually move industry elsewhere. And I'm putting it on this nice little scene because I have to go take a piss, and I'm gonna be right back. We are back. I kind of chuckled as I came back because my Google Home has a suggested card. Meditations to try. I click on it. It's thinking about it. Wow, these are definitely some meditations. It's a black screen with some blank white squares. And now the Google logo. I think my Google Home just crashed. It's just a white G on a gray background. All right, so those were definitely some good meditations. I guess they're encouraging me to think and meditate on nothing. Clear your mind, think of nothing. Just listen to the sound of my voice. You're getting very, very sleepy. Oh yeah, it's rebooting. It crashed hard. It crashed hard. That is a big, big demand for housing. I'm not surprised my land values aren't starting to come up in or around these other park areas. And we do have two parks really close to each other over here, right? No, we don't. Why do you have such good land value? Give the people what they want. I think what the people want is to hear me talk in this voice for a long time. Maybe bring the microphone in nice and close and just kind of talk in my nice, relaxing National Public Radio voice. Today, President Joe Biden declared nuclear war on the rest of the world. Casualties were high. Most everyone died. Up next, goats and soda. Is toothpaste really a mind control element? You don't like that? No? Does that give you a funny feeling? I don't ever listen to NPR. Like, all my NPR, I've never listened to Joe Rogan's podcast either. I know that Joe Rogan has that whole get right into the microphone thing, though. I've heard about that. I've never seen a single of his. I've always thought he was a moron. Still think he's a moron. So, I've never bothered listening to any of his stuff. Yeah, we're losing population, and yet they want me to build more? But anyways, all of my NPR, knowledge is based upon people who parody NPR. Saturday Night Live always does a really good job of it. Like when Betty White passed, I rewatched the one where she was on their NPR show with her Dusty Muffins sketch, which was hilarious. Your muffin is so moist. I would have expected it to be much drier. Yeah, most people think people my age would have a really dry muffin, but it was just running joke out, just nothing but just vagina jokes, and it was hilarious. It's sad that we lost Betty White, man. Absolute national treasure. I still don't like this. I just don't like this big hill. Kind of want to just get rid of that whole corner. Got punched in the face a lot, did he? I want to punch him in the face. I punched Joe Rogan in the face. He has some nice cars, I know that much. But I keep hearing the dings of upgrade, but when I look around, I don't see them happening anywhere. He's an MMA fighter. Oh, that explains it. That explains a lot. My pop filter is just coming apart. I constantly have to squeeze it back together. I don't know if just the plastic has gotten old. I mean, I've had this thing for 5.5 years, and it was only $15, I think, so I can't really complain too much. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I guess we just zone, even though, we have people moving out, I guess we zone. Because we've got a massive residential demand. So we're going to go like that. Look at that. No noise from the railroad because I buried it. Also because there's no trains going by. But that's going to change when we get to 8,000 people, or, sorry, 11,000 people, so we're going to put a train station right here. I kind of reserve this little area. We'll just build around it. And they claim to want more commercial, but I'm really hesitant to do so. Where do we go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the sixth one that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this next road would be a collector there. So I could put some commercial down here. Dirt roads. That's all you people get. What do you mean, you people? 300. That's what we're doing. Cool. And go there. There. Now we're going to start getting really close to the trench on this side. And I don't know what to do about that. Does this all have water? Did I extend water out that way? I did. Wow, I actually added on and put in infrastructure to support it for once. I usually forget to do that. I hear it go ding. So satisfying. And then I want to also collect it, connect it underneath my collectors, which is here. Okay. I'm going to collect it underneath the connector. I also have anarchy on. I don't want that. No anarchy while building water pipes, please. And redundant connections are good if you have the natural disasters DLC, because there's a couple disasters that can sever your water pipes. Earthquakes, one. Meteor strikes, another. And sinkholes. They can sever your water lines. So if you have a couple redundant ways for your water lines to run, you're less likely to have a big section of your city suddenly without water. So then, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the collector. Here. Ah, my allergies. I should wind up doing that. So all this zoning is going to change, and it's going to break like half of these buildings that I've been building. Oh well, as we like to say, that's a problem for future, Brandon. We are getting some industrial demand. Can I fit? Oh, I cannot fit. What just went click click like I hit a goal? That's one way to deal with the highway being right there. Right next to it. Oh, no, it's not straight. Calamity and tragedy. There we go. And up to there, and to there. Can I get it without it connected to the highway? Nope. Well, it's fine. Water. There you go. And, you know, let's get a lot of really odd-sized industry buildings in here. That'll take, I didn't even need to do that. That'll take care of all of that. Speaking of water, we do need to address that again. It's getting back down there. There we go. That should take care of both. Garbage, fine, power, iffy there. We will go ahead and build another power plant. I will eventually switch over to geothermal. That's what I usually do. I like having green energy in my city. It makes me feel good. Well, they're really not wanting to move in very fast. This 5500, are they? You ever seen anybody speed run Cities Skylines? To like literally get all the way to unlocking monuments as quickly as possible. It is insanity watching those people play this game. Like, they never, ever stop building. But it's bam, 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 bam. Take a load, bam, 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 bam. Take a load, bam, bam. It's just like, what? It's crazy. They get like, I saw one dude get to 85,000 in like an hour and a half. Like, no joke. He had just, granted, you know, it wasn't a good city. You know, he didn't have the best education, and his traffic was a mess. There were a lot of things that wouldn't work long term, like if he would have kept playing after that. But he got to 85,000 really fast. I usually like to let my cities start off kind of slow, just to get an idea. I want my goal. And a lot of people disagree with me on this, and it's fine. But my goal is to get as much as of what I have to upgrade. That way they're at their max, because one of the things that happens when you start messing with policies and the monuments is it throws all your stuff out of balance. Because a lot of buildings that had not previously upgraded are now upgraded. So you can suddenly wind up with your industry collapsing because there's not enough workers, because they all just upgraded to level 3 and suddenly have room for a lot more workers. Or same with like your commercial, just suddenly not having enough workers, and then that falls apart. Or you could be in the other situation where all your housing upgrades so much that you suddenly have a ton of citizens and 30% unemployment. And then your city will go up in population and then immediately nosedive right back down because there's nowhere to work. So it's definitely a balancing act. By the way, Kiltastic, did you know that this is here? It's treasury, budget, city value, taxes, population changes, so you can see like we were up to 4,570, then we dropped down to 4,000. Now we're going back up. You can see how many people are moving in. Birth rate, death rate, like right there is where we built the child care center. Look at that. There's what a child care center did. Birth rate, huge. Death rate, I built the elder care facility. We were losing 38 and a half. Whoops. 38 and a half old people a week. Now we're only losing 13 old people a week. You can see your unemployment, available jobs, education. This is all very helpful information. You can go in and see, okay, I made this change. What impact is it having on my city? They just bury it in such a weird place. It's in the pause menu in city statistics. Why it's not just down here and just pops up. I guess it's too much for the game to calculate it in real time. I don't know. But it would be nice to have it there. 2% unemployment. I've never had unemployment that low. And I've got a lot of places complaining, hey, we don't have workers. So, let's give them more peoples. Lots more peoples. I'm not going to go over there anymore. Alright, man. I'll be here. This is definitely gets to 5,500. Don't remember what happens at 5,500. Things, stuff. I guess I can look and see. Whoop, whoop. We're gonna get nothing too terribly. Oh yeah, the roads. We're gonna get the streets, and that'll help with city value as well, because the tree-lined roads suppress noise and also help a teeny tiny bit with pollution, because the trees gobble up pollution and you can see the effect on them. But the noise is the big thing, so it raises land value and happiness to live on a tree-lined road. Because the quieter the area is, the more its land value goes up. So we're now going to do a major road upgrade throughout the whole town. We're now going to put in the roads I actually wanted. And then we'll go through and put in, whoops, the trees that I want on these roads, because that's a thing you can do with this DLC now, is easily swap out the trees. See, look at that, all my zoning just getting destroyed down here. We're going to have to fix the zoning, which we will do real quick. Let's just go ahead and de-zone that whole block. Go back in and replace it. Yep. And there's some weird little gaps there I'm not happy about, but I'm gonna have to live with. Somehow I just got the grid not lining up. This will also help this roundabout traffic, though I don't think I ever set up the roundabout to follow roundabout rules. That could be a big reason why it's not working properly. Again, absolutely decimating this, but we're going to only carry this out to here since it ends there. Anyway, and then I have a collector here. The highway. Don't know yet. Alright, so let's fix the zoning over here if anything needs fixed. Let's just real quick come in with this and go whoosh. There we go. And then go here, D-zone all of that, and zone it back in. For some reason. Oh, it's not. Okay, I thought that was trying to zone it as industrial. Like, why is it trying to zone industrial there? There we go, put all that back. And that will now fill back in better than it was. Anything else that we broke by upgrading? Because the 2-lane roads aren't going to break anything like this did. They'll be fine. So just this road's left to upgrade to a collector. Ooh. So that did break a little bit here and there, so let's do the same thing. There's just no squares there. Okay, that's a good reason to not be able to zone there. Very valid. Anything else that got broken? No. Cool. So we'll go in here. The 2-lane road. And now do the same. This thing is you just hold down left click. And as long as you don't let go, it will continue upgrading roads. You just have to be careful that you don't click on a road that you do not intend to upgrade. I like doing it this way because it shows you what you have and haven't upgraded by having it highlighted in blue. side. Look how happy they are to get roads, paved roads with trees. Or as I like to call them, treesy roads. They're very treesy. That, and then can I do any of these bridges without having to use anarchy? Nope. Anarchy it is. Why would you do that? Why would you build that like that? Bridge. So do I have to use anarchy then? I don't. If I tell it to be a bridge and not on the ground, it'll work fine. Cool. And we may upgrade those into fancier bridges at a later date. So that is this whole side of town done. Now we need to do this side of town. And I just really screwed up. Big time. I made that all bridges and lost all my zoning. Which is why all those buildings instantly went away. Oops. It's fine, we'll fix it. This is one of this and the bulldozer sound, bulldoze stuff. Just about the only unpleasant sounds in this game, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of the thud for upgrading roads, though. Not at all. I don't want to have residential right up against the collector, but we can go one next to it. I might even be able to get in a house or two right there. Maybe. I doubt it, but we'll find out shortly. Alright, back to thud of upgrading roads. Like, what is that even supposed to sound like? I've lived near roads that were upgraded. I don't recall them ever going thud. I just remember the sound of a lot of trucks. Don't worry, I have not forgotten about industry. In fact, I don't know why I'm upgrading that out there. That's probably going to be an industry. Industry has a road that's more appropriate. It's paved so they can go faster. But it's a concrete surface instead of an asphalt paved surface. So they can go just as fast, but it costs less. Thing is, it is louder. It generates noise pollution. So you definitely want to try to keep it in your industry areas. Unless you just want to generate noise pollution somewhere else. Which, hey, I guess that's the thing you're after. Are you trying to build a city that dies? There. Cool. I like that. Let's go ahead and do that last little one there. And that should be all the roads upgraded in the whole city. Should be. Yes. Yes, it is. So now I need to make sure the roundabout is set up properly. I don't think I ever did this. I also noticed a problem. I told it in TMPE, no parking leading up to roundabout, and yet there's parking leading up to the roundabout. Why is that on the button? There we go. So I don't like having parking here because when there's traffic problems, you just see a lot of cars there, and it's tough to like. They did it there automatically. It's tough to really see what's traffic and what isn't. So by getting into the parking, it's just nice and clear. There we go. Yeah, that helped out the roundabout a lot because they're not slowing down to go on the dirt roads at like 15 miles an hour versus 60. You did miss the road upgrades. We just finished them. Like just a second ago. Lots of thud, 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 thud happened. Do we have our dedicated turning lanes? No. I could have swore I turned that on in the options. I did not. That should just add them. And it did. So now we've got dedicated lefts in most places. And I don't have to go through and out of myself. So now we have nice avenues with all the local roads nearby. We did screw up a couple places and lost some zoning. So there were some places I had to rezone, which is why we lost a lot of buildings. And we're about to lose a few more. Because I messed up earlier and left a gap here that I didn't need. I think it would be nice to have just a little path that ran in behind all this. That could ultimately connect the two sides of town. You don't want to go there because of the elementary school. Park is in the way. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to drag that in here. So at least it looks like it's connected to the park. Yeah, I think it is connected to the park, actually. I think people can walk through there now. Oof. I did a number on those. Is that again? I go. It's not following the grid. Okay, well then let's do grid and not road guidelines. There we go. That's the secret sauce I wanted. And all the way across town. It'd be nice if there were crosswalks here, but there's not, so. That now runs the whole length of the city. Will anybody use it? I don't know. That old lady is. Old guy is. He is going to the pharmacy. There he is. You know, I like the look of that building. That's kind of a nice looking pharmacy. It says they sell meat, but apparently it's pharmacy. Alright, speed time back up. We should see some upgrades happening because of the road upgrades. Okay, you're about to shotgun this last beer. Holy shit. Shouldn't you go buy more beer before you're unable to drive? And I am tired. Okay. I am very tired. I'm starting to get a headache again, which is big sad. I think we need a nice fence that runs along our ditch. Oop, I missed a bit. Boop. Are you not going to smile about it? Oh, that needed to be a collector back there. My bad. So we're going to mess up even more zoning. Okay. Oh my god, we're doing damage. Oof. So what trees do we want alongside our roads? Alright, let's fix this zoning. So let's just using all of this. All of this. And all of these that are messed up, which is pretty much the damn thing. Let all those buildings vanish. You have a dab pin until then? Fair. Fair, fair, fair. They're almost all gone. We can start rebuilding here. Like that. And then we actually want commercial running along the backside of this. You always want it. Commercial would expect that type of access. Excuse me. And we can get a few in there. Not a lot, because this gets really narrow pretty quick. We can get a couple right there. And then let's replace your residential we took out as well. Which I don't think we went that far down earlier, but whatever. And then we have a bit of industrial demand. Cool, and our next milestone is coming up, and I think that gave us some policies, didn't it? Yeah, I'm on the mic for a minute. Sorry if I sound weird. Nothing that we can really... And we can do encourage biking. That'll help with traffic over time. Come on, people build. Let's go. Like, well, you gave us new roads and tore down our houses, man. We're a little gun shy right now. Leave us alone. I need to get to 17,000 before that cemetery is full. I don't want to have to build another cemetery. Because I hate your resources you have to manage with emptying and then turning emptying off and all that. Though I do have the empty up mod that manages it for me, but it's still a pain in the ass to deal with. Yeah, they're taking their own sweet time moving back in. Even over here. So we're kind of at an impasse right now. Empty, it's very helpful. It works on trash, on if you play on a snow map, on the snow dumps, and it works on your cemeteries. I think I'll add that right now. It's just called empty it. And you can set the percentages that it happens at, like your upper and lower. So like if you want it to get to 90% full, you type in 90, and if you want it to keep empty until it's only 10% full, you put 10. So you can really manage it however you want. And you can still manually empty stuff if you want. Or turn it off if you want to, either one. It's just it'll do it automatically. You can even set it to do it daily, weekly, or monthly. Did the game crash? No, it just really, really stalled for that autosave there. Wow. That was rough. Yeah, I'm not zoning or building anything more until they get caught back up from what we just did. We still don't have universities. That comes at 8,000. I could build buses, but I really don't see the point when that's as big as our city is and we've got 87% traffic flow. I don't see the reason in spending the money on buses. Plus, what town of 5,700 has a bus service? I don't know of any, unless it's like a bus stop that takes you to a city, you know? Oh, excuse me. The traffic is fine. Gotten pretty good at knowing about what size I can do on the grid for collectors versus, and what speed limits. Like, my collectors are all 45 to encourage people to go to them, and only 25 on my local roads. And it just encourages people to use them the way I want them to. So we could use some parks, so I guess we'll do some parks. I can't fit this big boy in, but I could probably do like this one, and that'll give me a really big coverage area. And we can do the same thing like over here, except we can't because that path is there. We might not be able to get anything in there, in fact. Yeah. Hey, Bard. How's it going? We can do a bouncy castle. Oh, we can't even fit a bouncy castle? Ooh, I have a 4x4 park. We do. The Japanese garden. Who doesn't love a little Japanese garden? Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. So, still the highest land value is right here in those 3 blocks, but it is starting to raise elsewhere as well. So, as they build over here by this park, finally got the achievements unlocked. Did you get your suit? You'd miss a couple games. Yep, cool. So you two are now a shiny little tryhard, huh? Can't find empty it on the workshop? Pretty sure that's what it's called. Look at that. First try, I colored right in the lines, boy. Let's see, Kiltastic. Let me find it here. Workshop. Your files, your subscribed items, and mods only. I've had it a while, so let's display 30 per page. And how long have I had it? Achievements one you should get as well, because if you play with mods, it turns off achievements. This turns them back on. I don't see why playing with mods, as long as they're not things that let you just cheese the game, why you should not be able to have them. There you go, my dude. Yeah, I do too. Now that I know how to fix the lag from the airports, I really like the airports DLC. I was like really starting to get apprehensive about it because of all that lag when you build an airport. But now that I know how to fix it, I'm good with the airports DLC. I mean, it's a workaround, no doubt, and I hope Paradox gets a patch out. Because that's just dumb that their asset causes that problem. Well, it's not a mod causing the lag, actually. It's the taxiways themselves. If you use a mod to replace the new taxiways with old ones, the lag goes away, and it still functions. So we've got, how many people living where? We've got 2,000 there, and 2,000, 3,000 there. I want to start getting disaster shelters and start thinking about that type of stuff. So we'll eventually probably have 3,000 here, so let's put a few of these. Just kind of space them out. I was hoping to get more people hadn't built, but that's not possible in all cases, so there, like like one. Yeah, I did a video on it. And like, as the video plays, like, you can see the lag when it starts. At this. Hello. So like, there's a town of 36,000 and how slow and laggy it was when I had a big airport. This is what we built like a week or two ago. And I go through and upgrade all the stuff to the old taxiways. And by the time it gets done, look, it's back to running full speed the way it should. It's the taxiways. They are the problem. There's something about them. The more you build, the slower your game goes. You have to have a few because of, and I explain it all in the video, of the weird graphical glitches it does, but the less you have, the better your game's going to run. And if you use either, there's two, you didn't have the issue with lag in your airports, really? I wonder if it's specific to certain graphics cards or processors then. Which it could be a thing. That happens from time to time in games. Really? When you built it, did you build a big, huge airport? I didn't have a problem with it until my airports got big, big, big. Nope, I see a road I forgot to upgrade. Right there. Just like just one little dirt road right there. Oh. That's why. Yeah, 81 tiles was causing a problem for a while. But it seems to be fixed. Though apparently there's like a new 81 tiles mod coming. Because the 81 tiles mod can break things still. Especially if you have subways in your town. And every time you get a new tile, your subways will sync. Like the actual lines. And that can break the connection to the terminals over time. When it's actually a problem with the mod. I think somebody is making a new mod to address that. Oh, I thought I had a new tile already. When do I get a new tile? Soon. Ooh, we get a campus soon. And we get the good stuff. Well, one good stuff. The real good stuff comes at 11,000. That's when the city just goes boom. I don't know that we're going to get there tonight, though, because my head really hurts. Like a lot. Plus, they're taking forever to rebuild. Oh, it probably would help if I... Oh, no, they have rebuilt. Never mind. Yeah, they've rebuilt. Have they upgraded? Thank God for that mod to turn off those freaking district overlays. They're upgrading slowly. I have a huge underemployment problem, but I'm not going to address it. I'm not going to fix it because we don't have enough dark green buildings. Level 4, it looks like. We're going to start looking at some of these parks. Where's the friendly neighborhood park? Let's build the friendly neighborhood park. There's the friendly neighborhood park. Let's build it. Wow, why is there, like, it's saying that it's not showing that park. Oh yeah, it is. Never mind. It's on the wrong screen. Back here is a good spot for the friendly neighborhood park. They're feeling not very parkified back in this corner. There we go. And then We could build... I don't want to build any of those right now. I like to get those all together. I like to have like a little statue corner. They just look nice all together. It's not really so much a headache, it's just sinuses. Like, I feel a lot of pressure here and back here. Just falling apart. We have geothermal now. We just don't have any room to build geothermal. So we currently are consuming 136. So 2 of these would replace the 4 power plants that we have. So let's pause and do a bit of configuration here. Let's move this recycling plant, delete these 4 power stations, and delete this road, and then dezone all of this. Like that. I mean, but you know, when you're bulldozing, see how it's bulldozing industrial? And it only bulldozes industrial, not residential, commercial, roads, all of that. Handy. Viborg, what's going on, my dude? Yay, geothermal power. I wish I would have built my zones a little bit wider. In fact, all that. Because then I can fit in 4, I believe. No, I can still only fit 3, but whatever. Ooh, that is an ugly gap. I do not approve. I don't approve. I don't approve. I don't approve. Gonna live with it. Alright, so we should still have 160. Yep, we still have 160. So we're right where we were on power. But I like having a... Gonna see about printing a Lego minifig sword at 700% size. Jeez. Oh, my battery's dead on my vape. That's sad. I need to get another battery for it since they're swappable. I can just always have one charged and I have to plug it in. Man, I don't like this terrain ugliness here. It's just ugly. I can fix over here. Excuse me. Tired and have a headache. I need to find somebody with a 3D printer that takes commissions, I guess. And get them to make something for me. I don't know how expensive that would be, though. Probably a lot, because they'd have to design it too, because I don't know how to design things with 3D printing. I just want my Stream Deck XL and my Stream Deck held by one base. And I want it to shift my Stream Deck, the regular one, up just a tad so that all the buttons are in a nice straight row. Oops. I just plugged that in and then tried to pull it over here to take a hit from it, and oof. Oof. Yeah, but how much would something like that cost me? Because, like, I mean, it's not fair to just ask somebody to just make it for me and design it and all that. I would want to pay somebody for their time. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I would have to have it, like, you know, I'm sure I could find out what, like, the sizes are and where things need to go and all that, but I don't know how to do the 3D modeling to create the template for it. Like on Etsy and stuff like that, people have Stream Deck mounts of all different types, but none of what I'm looking for that mix the XL with the regular one. A lot of people have the XL and the Mini or the XL and the regular one, but nobody with an XL and a regular one. There was somebody who had a bunch for like multiple XLs and then having multiple regulars, and I emailed that person. I'm like, you know, hey, since you already have the sizes and everything, what would it cost me to have a one-off of an XL with a regular? And they just never responded, so that was kind of a flop. We have a lovely little city going here, and it's growing without me zoning. So we might get to our next milestone without me doing anything. We've only got to get 700 more people. And we're growing like 20, 30 a day. So we might just be able to do it. As long as these upgrades continue. And I am still hearing the ding every once in a while. I'm not seeing the arrows, but I just saw somebody build like there, and I keep hearing the ding there. I saw an arrow. I love this sunken railroad. It just looks so cool with the bridges going over it. Oh, then I should do that on 3D modeling. Oh. Let's see if we can fit some fancy bridges in here. 4-lane stone bridge. Anarchy's off? I don't want to have anarchy on. It's gonna... Ooh, that looks good. Add a little character to these bridges. It doesn't want to put one there, and I'm not going to force them in. 2-lane stone bridge. Can't get one there. Can't get one there. Can't get one there. We're there. One there, though. Oh, but that looks dumb. This looks stupid. Can you do anything about that? Alright. Nope. Can't shift it over at all. Yeah, that looks dumb. I'm gonna put that back as a regular road. Well, first, let's see. And it's just so off-center. I don't really care for it. What other 2-lane do we have? I think that's it. Not a huge amount. Yep, I don't like it. I'm putting it back. Just have to be boring. You would think that with this type of big trench there, there'd be a public safety concern, so we're going to put a fence in. And I find that the oil industry fence fits nicely for those purposes. Because it's got, if you look at it, the anti-climb little curve on it there at the top. Might be hard to see, but I like it. I keep telling my mom she needs to start selling stuff on Etsy. Like, she sews a lot of really cool stuff and embroiders a lot of really cool stuff. And she's got, like, really expensive sewing machines. And, like, make those work for you. Like, she's got one sewing machine that was, like, no joke, like 14 grand. It's like, how is a sewing machine $14,000? But, I'm just like, you should, since you enjoy it, you should start selling on Etsy. People are dumb as hell. No, they are, aren't they? I mean, people drive their cars on the railroad tracks all the time. Because the GPS said make a left, and they weren't paying attention that that was a railroad. Take the next left. Okay, well, the next left's railroad. On I go. Woo, I'm a train. There. I like that. I like the fence. adds a nice level of, everybody has their dumbass moments. Nobody is immune from having a dumbass moment. Just doing something absolutely stupid. Everybody has their moments. Even you, Killtastic. Alright, unemployment's way down. They're still calling for a lot of residential. We're about halfway upgraded to level 4. We've got good education coverage. We've got good park coverage. Our land value is slowly starting to spread, so we should see... Something goes, fuck the system. See, that's a dumb reason to do dumb stuff. I know which dumb one to do. Okay, fair enough. Got a couple little pockets that could probably use more park coverage, but for the most part, it's pretty solid. Maybe back here. I never understood why industry needs parks and leisure. I just, that does not compute for me. Have a Japanese garden. Are you now going to upgrade? You probably already were. No, you weren't. Upgrade or I'll get the bulldozer out. It's duplex. A duplex with a one-car garage. Wow. Man, when I worked for Best Buy, we had this woman bring back like a $5,000 TV that she had just bought like 4 or 5 days prior. And with modern TVs not having very thick bezels, on the boxes they very clearly say don't lift the TV up out of the box. The box unlatches at the bottom, place it flat, lift the top off, and then lift the TV. People still don't do that, and they reach in and grab the TV, and because it's so thin, the pressure that you put on it with your thumbs cracks the display. And man, it was crystal clear. Each corner you could see right where the thumb pressure had been. And it was busted. And I was the manager on duty, and of course, customer service was like, it's a broken screen. That's not a return. That's, you broke it. She wanted to speak to the manager. I walked over. I'm like, okay, plug it in, turn it on. I want to see where it's broken. And I'm like, ma'am, I can see right there clearly where you picked it up by those corners. Well, I didn't. I'm like, well, someone did, and it's written right on the box. Don't do this. When you open it up, there's a big warning if you open it from the top. Warning, do not lift TV. Open the box. Like, so how did you remove it from the box? Well, I don't know. I wasn't there. And she's like, I want a replacement. I'm like, I'm not giving you a new TV. I'm just not. I'll give you some money off of a new one, but I'm not refunding this because we're gonna have to eat that cost because this, you broke it. You did this. She's like, you're blaming me? I'm like, I'm not saying you, but whoever took it out of the box broke it. And then she went on to be like, well, that's dumb design manufacturing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, that's an issue for you to take up with the manufacturer, not me. So she's like, fine. Now, who's the store manager then? I'm like, he's not here today, but here's his email address. He'll be in the next day. And I'll be damned if that son of a bitch didn't give her a new TV. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that? He's like, well, man, she bought a $5,000 TV. Just think she might come back next month to buy another $5,000 TV. I'm like, no, she's not. She has the TV she needs, you fucking moron. What you did is just tell that woman she can break anything she wants to, and we're going to make it right. And what really makes me mad is all of our TV repairs. So like if somebody returned the TV, like if we took one back in those cases, our store had to pay to have that fixed. And then it got sent back to our store as an open box item. I was Geek Squad manager. Guess whose budget repairs came out of? Geek Squad. I was so pissed. It's like, there you go. Let's just go ahead and tell our customers to get a fuck up anything they want. I hated that dude. He was such a bad manager. Like, literally the worst manager I've ever had in my life. He believed fear and gossip were the way to run a store. No joke. He even said as much. He's like, I get gossip. I get everybody to gossip about everybody else so nobody will trust anyone but me. It's like, you're ridiculous. And I told him to say, like, that's ridiculous. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And it's poor leadership. I hated that job so much. There, I gave in. I gave the poor people. Yeah, even modern monitors, dude. Like, this monitor has, like, no bezel at the top. Like, it is just literally just like a thumbnail of plastic. All three of them are that way. The bottom has a slight bit, and that's where you're supposed to pick them up from, the bottom. And they're just super thin, all three of them. At least these have a nice plastic back on them. But yeah, TVs, dude, it's terrifying how thin they are. Yeah, my mom and dad's TV out in the living room. It's just like, it's like a screen just sitting there. I'm just like, my mom's like, we need to move it when we dust. I'm like, I ain't touching it. I don't want to break it. These things are too expensive. Your monitor's 1/2 inch thick. That's about a 1/4 inch. That one. This one's about a 1/2 inch. That's about a 1/4 inch. They're pretty thin. Now at the base they thicken up, like, yeah, at the base and like behind it in the middle. Yeah, you should do it at the bottom, not ever touching the screen at all. You should never put in your hands on the screen at all when you're moving them, because those panels are way too easy to break. Dude, don't take this shit, bro. Oh, man. I was nervous, like, this is the first time I've ever had my monitors on stands, and I was nervous putting them on there, because, like, you gotta finesse it around, and you don't have anything to grab onto, and it's like, what if I drop it? It was a little nerve-wracking. Because none of them are like the high-end monitor mounts that have like the real quick, easy, just snap-on type thing. They're all like, you got to get the whole bar and everything on there and get it right, and then hold it in place and reach behind and tighten it. It's really a two-person job that I did by myself, but I got it done. But it was scary. Just how the first TV you bought, doing the 20 years, no smart features, would break the floor. What's up, Franco Town? Works great. Yeah, the one TV I own, I bought it as a computer monitor, honestly, because I don't really watch TV traditionally anymore. It's probably about that old. It's yeah, if you're touching it on the corners, just don't ever put any pressure on the screen itself, because they will crack. Like, we're so spoiled by our phones because they have, you know, a Gorilla Glass on top of them. TVs and monitors don't. And people are like, oh, well, it's all LCDs. It's the same thing. It's like, that Gorilla Glass is way stronger than you realize. And it adds a lot of structural rigidity. What car company is it that's about to start making windshields out of Gorilla Glass? Move in, people. Move in and upgrade. We're going down on population. We had 7,000 a minute ago. I don't know that I'll ever buy another TV again. 8-hour print for the sword should be done just as your shift ends. Nice. Nice. So you get to look at your sword right before you go to bed. I just forget that you work from late at night out from home. Is it Jeeps that have the Gorilla Glass? Gorilla Glass windshields? Why am I having such a hard time saying that? Alright, well, while we're waiting for people to move in, what trees do we want on these roads, guys? Let's look at trees. Oh, wrong button. We've got the content creator trees. I like the oaks, but I think they're just a little big. And, like, maybe for a couple really nice residential street, have some oak line streets, that might be kind of good. You do the little ground covering, but that just looks silly. There's the horse chestnut, which is a good one. It provides some height, but is it as claustrophobic, I guess, as the oak is? Then we have just rhododendrons. We can just do rhododendrons everywhere, but they lapse out of the road. I think my favorite are these young lindens. I think they look the most appropriate for the sides of roads. I think that just looks like a tree you'd see on the side of the road. There's palm trees, but this isn't really a palm tree type map. I mean, it's just not. There's these big, massive boreal pines. You're the one that drank 2 beers. But again, I think they just block too much, and when you get them like close together, like it really starts making the space feel closed in. And look at that, it feels really closed off. I do like these. These are really nice. These blooming, however you say that word. Another palm tree, or is that a date tree? It's a coconut tree. Another generic pine tree, but I don't like it. That's a date tree. Yep. Cottonwood? Cottonwood's not bad, but it might be a little too tall. I think I like the linden. I prefer it over just this generic tree. Nice thing is, we could do like each neighborhood with a different tree if I really wanted to. So much pollution over here, these poor trees aren't growing. So maybe we'll do like linden on this side. That's such a funny sound. You hold it down. Get all that section done and then come over here. It is nice that it works just like the road upgrade tool, though. It just highlights what you've already done. It just makes that obnoxious sound. Tree replacement? Yeah, but it's worth it. Totally worth it. Oh, the replacement for windshield. Sorry, yeah. Yeah. Miss any? No. Oh, hey, there's still a dirt road there. What? $800? I mean... It's not that bad. I mean, it's not cheap, but... I mean, my, Cadillac had to have a new windshield, and it was that much. To have a new windshield, because I was driving down the highway one day. I don't know what kind of bird it was, but a massive bird just bam right in my windshield, and just impact spot, feathers everywhere all over the outside, stuck into it, and just splintered and spiderwebbed from corner to corner, top to bottom. Whole thing. Scared the absolute shit out of me when it happened. I want to say it was close to $800. I don't remember exactly because insurance paid, but maybe we can do a nice tall tree down the center here. Like, that would be a good place to do, like, the cottonwood. A nice taller tree, just to kind of separate the two sides of town. So, you know, one side doesn't have to look at the other. So you're not from our neighborhood. So, and that'll give a little bit of a difference. And then maybe over here, because their neighbors can't see them. Hello, where did we go? Because their neighbors can't see them, maybe they can get a really nice, pretty jacaranda tree. I have no idea how to say that. Or maybe like, maybe back like in one little section we could do a really nice dense bunch of oak trees, just to, it wouldn't be out of that main drag though. It wouldn't be there. But just like one really nice, whoops, I'm still using the wrong tree. One neighborhood with, oh, they like these trees. Just some lovely giant oaks, just bringing a sense of intimacy and quiet to your neighborhood. Just kind of, just gonna like angle it through, like not do them all, just a few of them. It kind of looks cool just having just a few of them done like that. But as you go through, it's just, it's good luck. I can't get down there. How do you go down low with this mod? I guess you don't. I thought there was a way to go lower. But anyways, I think it looks good. And apparently people really like those trees because they're like, yay, let's upgrade. I guess I'll just give the rest of the town lindens. Wrong button. There we go. Just, you know, not to have the same thing everywhere. Actually, we'll just do this main dragon lindens and leave everything else the stock tree. Yeah. The stock tree. Default tree. There's what I'm looking for. And we're still only at about 6,000 people. It's just like, I know we have massive demand, but what we don't have is a massive amount of people that have upgraded. And as soon as I build more, these guys will start upgrading, then we'll have an unemployment crisis again. And then it's going to be that constant back and forth. This is the part of growing a city that is the slowest, if you just want to wait for it to happen more organically. Because they don't have a huge incentive to upgrade yet, like they do later. It's taken a while for the land value to reach out further. So you just really kind of have to wait it out, give them parks. I mean, you can see why the land value is what it is, because, well, actually, no, it's not even there. But they do have more coverage. Maybe if we do look at some healthcare options. I'm not going to build hospitals yet. We've got okay healthcare out that way and out this way. Fire coverage is... It says it's kind of lacking back here, so I guess maybe we can do some fire coverage back here. And that would bring our land value up a little bit. And then police is definitely needed out here. We definitely need to call a 5-0 out here. So, let's go ahead. What is this? 900? Actually, yeah, that's what I want to do. Where did all my step 2s go? Oh, we did that a long time ago. Holy cow. So I guess I will build just a little services corner here for a second. Oh, I know what'll make them happy that we don't have yet. Again, a controversial thing that a lot of people say don't use it, but I find it to be very effective. That's post office. Makes them really happy. Let's put in a couple of them. And there, listen, look. Upgrades are happening from post offices. There's just one more service that helps people with their land value, with their happiness. Doesn't help with education, but you get 2 out of 3 good, and they'll start upgrading. Look at that. Especially, it's helping a lot with commercial and industry, getting them upgraded by having that post office there. That's handy. Okay, so I got this little corner in so that we can put in some big boys, because we are going to go ahead and put in our big services, because that'll give me... Whoa, okay, hello. Massive amounts of coverage. I don't know why that just shut off the screen like that, but that was fun and exciting. There we go. Look, you now all have fire and police back in this whole corner. There they go. Upgrading. That's what it was. Lack of services. So now population is going to dip a lot because a lot of people have to move out to upgrade their house and then move back in. Such a weird game mechanic, but... That's cool that Chirper just reflected that property values are going up. That's awesome. We need to think about some bike paths as well. I'm thinking that we'll eventually convert this into a biking road and then have it kind of weave throughout different parts of town. My ear really itches. There we go. I think that could be a cool thing to do. But it's something for later. Right now, as small as the town is, I don't really need to think about any way for people to get around other than cars. It's running fine at 87% traffic, so I don't think there's a problem. I think it'll be just fine. Don't have a whole lot of room to expand. There's some space over here, but I was kind of wanting to save like this for industry. But I don't have any industrial demand, so let's just pretend the industry is there. How far in will that pollution reach? Four tiles is safe enough buffer zone. Okay. Few more houses in over here. Education availability is good, but coverage is not the best. Oops, you guys don't have water. Wait, what? I could have swore I brought water out here. I really thought I had done that. So we don't have good elementary coverage this direction, so let's give them a school. Let's go right here in this corner. No, I really do need it up here. And I normally put a playground next to those, so let me put a road in to put that playground against. There we go. Some weird train things happening. Small playground, and that'll also help a little bit with leisure over this way. And despite all those upgrades that are happening, our population is going down. Like, we were nearly at 7,000 at one point, weren't we? Statistics, population changes. We were at 7,300, and now we're down at 6,000? And yet everything's upgraded and we've expanded. I thought upgraded buildings held more people. Let's compare. Level 1 house. You're level 3, but whatever. So you hold 1 household. You hold 3 households. They do hold more people. Eborg has redeemed ad time. My apologies to all of you non-subscribers out there, but here we go. Ad time. Did it work? Oh, it didn't work. I gotta push the button over here, I guess. I thought it worked for my stream deck. One runs an ad. One of these buttons runs an ad. Station, sub, pinch pull, flip that, raid. Hold on. I'll do it, I promise. I'm just gonna find it. Is it on my laptop? I could have swore this was just like in my little control panel. 60-second ad. It is over here, but it wasn't there. I can't do anything from my laptop for some reason. Viborg? It's not letting me run an ad, my dude. Oh, it says I recently ran one. I guess it did work. So I've recently ran an ad, can't run another. Okay, never mind. I did it for my stream deck. Again, apologies. It's Viborg's fault. Why? Why are you not growing, city? With all of those upgrades that happened, we should be at a higher population. Makes 0 sense. Still massive amounts of residential demand, so I don't really want to build residential back here because I'm going to eventually expand that way. Hydrate! Reborg's just burning through channel points now. Actually have pretty high meals potion. Oh no, is my cemetery full? No, we just have a lot of dead people all of a sudden. Why do we have so many dead people? Is there no healthcare coverage out here? No, there's healthcare coverage out there. Here, have a hospital. Quit being sick. Actually, we only have 1 sick citizen. I guess they just got old and died while they were shopping at the pharmacy and the drugstore. Oh, that can't be good for your business if you're a pharmacist to have somebody just kill over while waiting on their medication. We have 2 different types of trees there. It kind of bothers me, at the same time I kind of like it. People get old and die. What are you talking about? I'm gonna live forever. Means we won't ever get sick. We'll never grow old and die. Forever until the day I die. To be at 90 years old, like with my little walker, I'm the world's oldest 15-year-old. You know, I think this little place right here is just crying out for a unique building. Look at that. Nice little arch that has a tree growing through it. Okay. Wrong button. Put this tree right through it. We have some nice little bushes. Let's find you a nice, or nice weird purple tree. Or nice big tree. I like those. There we go. That looks good. That looks good. And that'll bring a few more tourists. And I think that gate does something else. Yeah, it increases tourist capacity of the road by 5%. So apparently now 5% more people learned how to drive to our city. We have a whopping 25 tourists coming to our town. How much money are they spending when they're here? A respectable amount for just 25 people. Grow, city. Like, seriously, we had less zoning and we had 7,300 people. What is your deal? Oh my gosh. Where are the hearses? Oh, speaking of, I want to change this to just the coroner's van. I love seeing the coroner's van just drive around. And let's do some changes. The hospital gets big, large ambulances. You get mobile command centers. You get big, giant fire trucks. However, the clinics are going to get the little tiny ambulance. Because what clinic has an ambulance? Like, I know it's Cities Skylines. It's the thing. Okay, so then you are going to get regular fire trucks. What's that other one? There it is. You are going to get regular fire trucks. And there should be a police station right around here somewhere. No? Yeah, the walking clinic. I know. I've never been to like urgent care that has. I love that there's a police supercar in this game. I've yet to ever change. Like maybe if I build a really high dollar area, I'll do the police supercar, and then like the cemetery has a luxury hearse, and dude, it just looks like a Rolls Royce. And it's massive. It is massive. I want one of the Corners fans to come back. It's just funny to see them in black corner pulling into the cemetery. I like it. Because that's who goes against the dead people. Very rarely do this in a hearse. You know, dead people are made of transported by ambulance or coroner's vans. Not transported by hearse. Let's go to the funeral. Wish you could read those tombstones. So is that just ding once a day? Or does it ding every time somebody dies? For the longest time, I thought it was every time somebody dies. But I don't know. Morbid thing to think about. There we go. The city's starting to grow again. When do we get these? Oh, it's 17,000. That cemetery is having a hard time keeping up. There's one. I'm gonna see the corner man. Hey, you're not a corners man. Oh, you work there. Okay. I thought this would show me the vans. You work there as well. I really thought that would show me the route that the vehicles were taking. Oh, they're the pink ones. Okay. There's one. That. Just a ugly black van coming to get you when you die. Ooh, those trees are a bit low. Oof. Head back out, dude. There are dead people. Bunch of them over there. Bunch of them over there. Go get them. Go get them. Just to remove cap and push up bottom. Oh shit, me work. So my dad does all the shopping. I don't know why my dad does all the shopping, but my dad does all the shopping. And I needed deodorant this week, and we've had this conversation several times. I want the antiperspirant and deodorant. Deodorant alone, I sweat. I'm a big fat man. I sweat. I need antiperspirant as well. What did he come home with? Just deodorant. God damn it. I gotta go back out. I'm just sick of having the conversation. Like, I'm just gonna get it myself. Put that up to the same height as the other one. Yeah. Then the front end looks all funky. Easy fix for that. Getting a bit of a traffic snarl there, but not too bad. It looks like it's clearing up just fine. Normally by now a traffic issue has reared its ugly head, but we've been holding steady at 87%. And that's good. I like 87%. I think it's because of the speed limit changes I made. Like, I just changed them default for the game. So every time I load, they're always the same. Highways are all 75, I think. All collectors are 45, all local roads are 25, and all arterials are 55. I think it really helps the AI prioritize what roads they should be taking. Oh my god, that cemetery is not keeping up. Is it full? No, it's nowhere near full. And they're not even sending out all their vans. Like, go! Send out, you've got 3 more, go! Big oof. Well, I thought we were going to get to 11,000 tonight, but oh well. I still prefer to grow my cities slow. Yeah, see, now we got stuff going abandoned. But I like to get as much to upgrade as possible before I start adding new sections. Also, I still think it's hilarious that the color for elderly residents is prune colored. Why? I just find that very, very funny. That that's the color they went for to represent that mostly old people live there. I mean, that is, what other color would you call that but prune colored? Because that's purple. The ones that have single adults in them, that's purple. That's prune. And that's families. Families are green. You know, there's so many dead people. I gotta build another cemetery. That one just has lazy people working in it. There, go. Take care of our death wave, please. Oh my god, it's everywhere! How many dead people are waiting to be picked up? Only 97. Out of a town of 6,800, there are just 97 dead people just waiting to be picked up. Now see, they'll send all 10 out. Why won't the other ones send all 10 out? Does it have something to do with changing it to the coroner's van? Let's see if I switch it to hearse if they send 3 more out. Nope. They just refused to send more than 7 out on that one. Rude. What if we do the luxury hearse? You have the big Rolls Royce. No? Nope. Fine, back to coroner's van you go. They just won't send any more vehicles out. Like, they have the capacity for another 600 people here. So they should have had, there's no excuse for this death wave. Like, none. They never ever sent people out. Sometimes the decisions that the game makes is just so bizarre. Look at these guys over here, though. They are the real heroes. They're cleaning up the dead. They're driving around in their van. And like an ice cream truck, it has a big loudspeaker on top of it. But instead of it playing that really obnoxious, slightly creepy, there's a murderous clown inside the ice cream van sound that ice cream vans play. And they do. All ice cream trucks sound like they have a murder clown in them based on their music. But our coroner's van instead just plays a loop from Monty Python with ding, Bring out your dead. Ding. Can you imagine? We're a quarters van driving down the street. You just hear that. That'd be great. Not really. If you just lost someone, it would be terribly traumatic. But for the rest of us, it would be pretty fucking funny. I hear the quarters van coming, Dad. Better get Grandma. I have such a dark sense of humor. And on that note, it's 11, so it's time to end. What a positive thing to end on. Holy fuck, what is my brain? Look at that. Look at that. These dudes just cleaned up all those dead people. Done. Done. And so am I. Who we rate tonight? Let's see. Let's go see who's out there live this evening. I don't know. Like everybody's either playing games I don't like or not online. I guess I'll say hi to GTAs again. Let's play some Minecraft. I mean, I don't really care for Minecraft. Again, GTAs is a cool dude, so we'll say hi to him. Let me click the button. Why does it never see him in the raid panel? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Bam. There we go. So that wraps it up for my streams this weekend. Make sure you follow on Twitter, YouTube, or Twitter for announcements of YouTube videos, live streams, and other nonsense I post. And speaking of YouTube and Cities Skylines, Cities Skylines is back on my YouTube channel now. Timberborn going on a little bit of a break while we play with the Airports DLC on my YouTube channel, including a fix for laggy airports. So if you have laggy airports, well, now you know how to fix them, or you will soon watch that video. There's our Discord link. We'd love to have you coming out. And there are the raid emotes, whether you're a subscriber or not. And I will see you guys again Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, for whatever it is we stream next Thursday night. I don't know. That's probably future Brandon. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for the resubs. I do appreciate it. And I think we had a follow somewhere, didn't we? No, maybe not. Maybe that was yesterday. Yeah, it was just yesterday. But thanks for the resubs. I do appreciate it. And we're going to go say hi to Yankee Ace. Have a great night, everybody.